All right, Broncos country, looks like we are live, but you guys know the drill by now. We got to let the stream breathe for just a second here, make sure everything is nice and stable all across the YouTube platform. Welcome in, Broncos country, to this Denver Broncos Syndicate live stream of your Denver Broncos taking on the San Francisco 49ers in the first preseason game of 2025. I am so stoked to finally see this team with live bullets flying. I've been out at training camp for the last couple of weeks, so I've already got an idea of what this team's going to look like. But now we're all going to get to watch it together. We're going to see it again with the live bullets flying, actual game action. We have finally made it, Broncos country. It feels like yesterday we were in the old studio streaming the playoff game against the Bills, and now we are back. Let's go. Let's start saying hi to some people. We got Michael Ronquillo in the house. We've got Robert in the house. We've got Julian in the house. Good to see you again, Julian. Robert saying, here we go. We got Rayanne in the house saying, oh my God, we made it. Good to see you. Good to see you, Rayanne. Good to have you back, Gage. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see if I remember to do this. It's been a while. Even though I said it felt like yesterday, in reality, it's been a while. So let's see if I actually remember how to do this here. We've got 25 people in the house. Thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and deal with some housekeeping stuff, guys. If you could just do me a big favor and smash the like on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country, just like you and me. We've got Kim in the house. Good to see you, Kim. Long time no see. First pregame of the year. Let's go. Let's go. Good to see. Oh, Rayanne saying hi to Robert. Let's go. We've got Roan back in the house. Rayanne saying like and subscribe. That would be awesome. Additionally, if you guys want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, it is not mandatory at all, but you now have an option to become a channel member today in exchange for some extra perks and incentives. You got some emojis you can have, like custom Broncos player emojis. We've got Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, Pat Surtain, and a few others that we put in there. Additionally, you can get some some member exclusive content, all of that good stuff. There are 2 tiers that you can choose from. The link to do so is in the description below. Again, it is not mandatory, and I believe, yes, Robert joined the Hall of Fame tier. Thank you so much, Robert. Really, really appreciate you, my friend. Absolutely awesome. Maverick saying, what players are y'all looking forward to seeing the most? I've already talked about a lot of guys in my pregame show that I did, but the first one, of course, is Bo Nix. How well does he handle the pre-snap operation? And I just realized, there we go. We want to be back on channel 9 here, not some stupid movie channel. How does Bo Nix handle the pre-snap operation? Is he able to line up guys correctly, huddle, cadence, all that good stuff? I'm about to look really stupid because I'm going to have to refocus my mic, so this is going to look really dumb. Sorry about that, guys. Or refocus my camera, not refocus my mic. I am looking forward to the day when I can afford a new webcam because this one is definitely on the fritz. But how well does Bo Nix handle the operation? Does he look more comfortable and confident out there? Additionally, I want to see his footwork. His footwork has gotten a lot better over the course of this offseason, but this is going to be the first time with live bullets flying, so how does that look out there? Yep, refocusing, a tradition unlike any other here on Broncos Syndicate. Excluding Bo, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, RJ Harvey, not Pat Tillman, freaking Dondre Tillman, Talanoa Hufanga, and Evan Ingram. Absolutely. I feel like all of those guys have played really, really well in training camp. Troy Franklin's been one of the training camp darlings. Pat Bryant has settled in really well in his rookie season. Obviously, he's going to be making his NFL debut. RJ Harvey is going to be a really positive addition to this Broncos run game as they transition more to an outside zone rushing scheme. So really excited for that. And then Dondre Tillman's been a monster out there. I take it as an honor if I'd call him Pat Tillman, honestly, but Dondre Tillman's been a monster out there. He has been a game wrecker on the line of scrimmage, mostly going up against the backup offensive line. But even when he's been in there as a starter, he has been really good. They've rotated him in. So I'm excited for Dondre Tillman. Talanoa Hufanga going against his old team. I don't know how much action he's actually going to get. Sean Payton said the starters are going to play in this game, probably 1 to 2 drives, I would imagine. That's just my guesstimate. Depending on how the first drive goes, that will depend on if we get a second drive or not. Yep. Yay, refocusing. Promise we get an elevator cam this year. I just want to get like something proper, something that focuses better, something with a clearer picture. I want to get something just better than what I have. Yes, Pat Tillman is a legend. Bo knows. See an old school Broncos Super Bowl? God, man, I hope so. I obviously got to witness one Super Bowl in my lifetime for the Broncos. I've witnessed both a win and a loss, so I know how both sides of the spectrum feel. I cannot wait to get back there, man. I really cannot. Oh, I love you too, Sharon. Elevator cam. One day, man. One day. How did the break from football besides reporting Broncos? What did I do? Just reported Broncos news. Not really anything exciting. Right as the offseason started, I went down to the Shrine Bowl in Texas. So that was probably the most eventful thing. That was back in January. I made some content when I was down there, had some player interviews, stuff like that. We had free agency. We had the draft, and it feels like in a snap and a finger, football's already back. So that's pretty much my entire offseason right there. This is a big night to prove for Audric Estime. He needs to show out. I could not agree more. Audric Estime was one of the guys we talked about in the game preview. He's somebody that needs a big performance tonight. He started to stack some days out there in training camp, but if the roster had to be cut today, I would say that he'd be on the outside looking in. So he needs to perform well in all three of these preseason games, and that is going to start tonight. Hopefully Ingram doesn't injure himself. That's going to be a concern throughout the whole year for me. That was one of my biggest worries when we signed Evan Ingram. I wasn't the hugest fan of the signing for that reason. But again, if he stays healthy, he's going to be a dynamic weapon for this offense. Not as a tight end, though, as more of a big slot receiver. Sometimes they'll move him out wide to like the X receiver position. Mostly, though, he's going to play in the slot. They'll put him in the backfield sometimes, but I'd call him more a wide receiver than I would a tight end if I'm just being completely honest about Evan Ingram. We won Super Bowl 50. I hope we win Super Bowl 60. Well, we are starting our season at the site where we won Super Bowl 50 and the site where Super Bowl 60 is going to be held, Santa Clara, California, Levi's Stadium. So the Broncos are hoping to bookend their season at Levi's Stadium. We got our first bot of the year. Let's go. Would not be a Broncos Syndicate live stream without a bot. Get out of here. Yeah, Caleb Lohner's going to be playing later on. I imagine we're going to see him most of the second half. I'm really excited about him. Are the 49ers defensive starters playing? I don't believe so. Kyle Shanahan said that if the 49ers do play any starters, it'll be very limited action and probably won't be very many of them. So I'm going to go ahead and assume no. All right, guys, we've got about 7-ish minutes until kickoff, so this is your last chance to go use the bathroom, get a drink, do whatever you guys need to do in that area. We will be back here waiting. I'm excited to see Crawshaw. I think everybody is. That's the most exciting player of the night, Jeremy Crawshaw, the punter. No, but in all seriousness, Crawshaw is a guy that I'm really intrigued by because he's got a massive leg. But he still has to learn placement punting. That was one area where he was a little bit inconsistent in training camp up to this point. I feel like this is going to be a great opportunity for him. Hopefully he doesn't have to punt at all, so hopefully this isn't a great opportunity for him. But if he does have to punt, this will be a good opportunity. We already took care of that, Kim, before we got live. We definitely took care of that. For now, this team is just focusing on making a playoff push. A Super Bowl appearance and win would be nice, but right now, or for now, the focus is having a promising season and making the playoffs. I think that it's one step further than that. You've got to win a playoff game this year. That's my expectation going into the year. That is like the floor for this team, the bare minimum. Win a playoff game, make it to the divisional round. Even if you get blown out in the divisional round, that's still a massive upgrade from last season when you went into the playoffs and got blown out in the wild card round. It's all about that incremental growth every single year. And yes, Super Bowl is the ultimate goal. Would it probably be more realistic yet or next year after we have that Russell Wilson dead money off the books and we're just able to build a little bit more of a complete football team? Yeah, but we do have the pieces in place where we can make some serious noise in the playoffs this year. And maybe if some things go our way, we could very well be in a Super Bowl. It's possible. Unfortunately, I cannot do that, Esteban. The stream would get taken down almost immediately. That is against YouTube's copyright policy. I can bring in the audio. That's the best I can do, unfortunately. But if I showed the game, YouTube would spot it, and they would take this stream down in 0.25 seconds. Yes, he was booting 70 yards at training camp. He's got a howitzer of a leg. But again, that placement punting, sometimes when you have to punt from like the 50-yard line and you're trying to pin a team inside the 10, that's where I feel like there's some inconsistencies with Crawshaw. But yeah, I definitely am excited about him in this game, assuming we see him. I hope we don't, obviously. Are you worried about the linebacker room after hearing Greenlaw's mild injuries are continuing to pop up? I mean, I am slightly, but Lavelle Bailey has stepped up really, really well in training camp. He is looking like a starting caliber player for this defense. The defense hasn't missed a beat in training camp without both Greenlaw and Singleton out there. I honestly have been stating for a while that I think that Lavelle Bailey will eventually be your starter at some point this season over Alex Singleton. So I do believe that this linebacker room has depth. Corrine Reed, the undrafted free agent, and even Justin Sternad. Both of those guys have played well in camp. I know Sternad kind of gets some crap here in Denver, but as a backup, as a rotational guy, he is a decent enough player that you can get by with him. So yeah, man, I think that this depth in the linebacker room is competent, but it would be concerning if a guy like Lavelle Bailey went down. Then I'd be a lot more concerned. Unfortunately, again, I can't bring up the game. It's just against YouTube's copyright policy. Bold prediction, Janae Barron gets a pick 6. Hey, man, I'd be so down for that. Barron's not really had any explosive, like, shiny plays, but he hasn't been bad. There was a report that he got beat. I believe it was by Ricky Pearsall in the joint practice, but a clip came out of it, and he had perfect coverage. It was just a perfect throw. And sometimes there's no beating, or the only way that you can beat perfect coverage is with a perfect throw. So that happens sometimes. Barron hasn't had any like egregious bad plays. He hasn't had any explosive big time plays either, but he's learning, he's growing, and he's getting better every single day. So I'm not concerned about Barron at all, but we'd love to see him make a splash play in this game. I'm a truck driver driving right now through Nebraska, got random drug tests. Can't wait until I can stop driving. I'm going to go walk inside and buy a human-sized ball on the first day. That's hilarious. Low key, I would honestly consider driving a truck if that wasn't a hurdle, but I'm happy with my career choice. I love being a football analyst. Yes, the next game is in Denver, so we will be at the stadium for that one as per usual. Waiting for this dang episode of Wheel of Fortune to end so we can enjoy the game. Yeah, hopefully we can get the game on here soon for you there, slightly above average. He looked good out in training camp the one day I went. Yeah, he's been solid. He hasn't been bad. I think the media is like overblown Janae Barron's performance in training camp. I see crap from the media that he's been disappointing and he's sucked out there, yada, yada, yada. I call bull on that. That hasn't been what I've seen out there, and I've been out there for most of the practices. I think he's been more than fine, and he's growing and getting better every single day. Is McMillan playing second string? A report came out tonight that he was actually warming up with the first string defense, so we'll see how they want to rotate in Barron and McMillan. In camp, it's been mostly Barron at nickel with the first team, and then sometimes they'll bring in McMillan with the first team as well. Sometimes Barron will come in as like the dime backer, and then McMillan will be at nickel. So I do think that we're going to see McMillan somewhat on the first team, but in what role, that remains to be seen. All right, guys, we've got 39 people in the house. Let's go, let's go. Bronco fan in the house saying I'm here. Good to see you, Bronco fan. Hope you're doing well. 6:29, we should be getting started any moment here, guys. I'm just waiting for this commercial to go away, and we will go ahead and bring in the game audio. Let me know how the audio is in this new studio here. Yes, no injuries. Above all else, please, no injuries for either side. I don't want to see any 49ers get hurt, and I especially don't want to see any Broncos get hurt. This is, at the end of the day, a glorified scrimmage. This game means nothing at the end of the day in the grand scheme of things. So, above all else, just stay healthy. Jags kicker 70-yard field goal? Jesus! Man, I wish I wasn't live right now. I'd make a video about that on my other channel. That would blow up. Damn. All right, guys, here we go. The broadcast is starting. 49 News. Let's go ahead and bring in some audio. Is that a good volume level, guys? Yeah, I totally would make a video about that on my other channel if I wasn't live right now. Subscribe to Sparkin Sports NFL if you haven't done so, by the way. OGs on this channel, remember that my Broncos content used to be over on that channel. It used to be called Sparkin Over Broncos. Here we go, guys. Levi's Stadium, Santa Clara, California. We got Steve Leedy and Ryan Harris on the call for 9 News. Do I need to turn up the volume on the broadcast? Let me know, guys. Super Bowl 60. I feel so old, guys. A little louder. Okay.
They expect to be in the Super Bowl conversation, right? And that's the sound of the Broncos championship window open.
Thanks for doing this. Unable to actually watch it? Absolutely. I know a lot of people like to tune into these preseason streams because they can't actually watch them in their market. Let's go in for a win. Absolutely. How's the audio now, guys? Do I need to go up again or are we good?
The regular season opens in 29 days.
A little more? Okay.
The Broncos in San Francisco, and
how's that? 10 years old? Man, I was 15 or 16 actually. It was 2016. Oh, well now I gotta turn it down because commercial. All right, I had it at 50, so that's where I'll put it when we go back. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go. Yes, the starters are playing, probably for just 1 or 2 series, nothing more than that. It's going to be a brief cameo and then depart, but they will be playing. I finally found a non-local way to stream, but it's more fun watching Broncos Syndicate. I appreciate that, Robert. Thank you so much. That's crazy. That is crazy. Man, I thought that I was young when we won, but seeing some of you guys that are even younger than that, that is just nuts, bro. Hoping to see improvement and good things? Absolutely. That is the main motto above anything else in a preseason game. Just grow and get better. Can't wait to see Jade out there. It's going to be interesting to see if he goes with the first team or second team. My gut would say first team, but based on the way that they warmed up, it might not be till the second team for Jade. We will see. We will see. Oh, and the best part about this new apartment, guys, is my internet isn't dog crap anymore, so we shouldn't have any connection issues moving forward. I finally have decent internet. At my old apartment, I couldn't bring in my own internet. I had to go with the crappy Wi-Fi that they offered. But here I was able to bring in my own internet. So I actually have good speed on my internet for a change. 23 when Elway won his first Super Bowl. Wow, that's crazy. That is nuts. All right, let's go. All right, back up to 50.
In the league. He took all his guys to Idaho to practice. He met with Drew Brees and even a throw.
There is Bosef Chapman Nix. Dude, you have no idea. I am so glad I got out of there. Even though I'm back living with family, I don't care. I was living by myself in another place. It was cool to live by myself, but it was a really crappy apartment. It was enough for me and my 2 cats. That's it. Like, barely enough room. 10 seconds ahead of you. Well, that's a little bit better than last year when I was behind everybody. All right. Defense is up first. Denver is going to kick off with Will Lutz. New kickoff rules this year. The kickers still line up at the 35, but touchbacks now come out to the 35-yard line for the offense. So you're trying to avoid a touchback here. The whole point of this is to try to increase kick returns. Aw, Niners broadcast. That sucked. Will Lutz kicks off. We're underway. 49ers return man is going to bring it out. He's across the 25, and he is wrapped up at about the 28-yard line. Garrett Wallow, the linebacker, was in there on that tackle. And McCorkle Jones is going to be starting for the Niners. Mack in his first year with San Francisco. It was thought back in the day that he might be drafted by the Niners. Instead, went to the Patriots, flamed out there, was in Jacksonville last year, and now he is here finally working under Kyle Shanahan. 2 tight ends set here for San Francisco. McCorkle's under center. Play action, Nick Bonito chasing Mack. Jones fires and completes it. Missing a tackle there from Talanoa Hufanga, and finally caught down is DeMarcus Robinson. Gain of 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2 coming up. Yeah, old Sunday Night Football graphics. I like it. I missed that graphics package on Sunday Night Football. I dig that. All right, Mack under center. 2nd down. Number 17 in motion for San Francisco. Surtain follows. Blitz coming from Sternod. Oh, my God. He played that run brilliantly. Justin Sternod, tackle in the backfield. Big play on the running back right there. Now that's 3rd and 5. Loss of 3 on the play. Broncos are in their all whites tonight. Yes, Kim, Mac Jones. His full name is McCorkle. Or I think it's Michael McCorkle Jones. All right, Mack sends a guy in motion from the shotgun now. 3rd down and 5. Pressure's coming from Benito. Lofts it upfield. Oh, what a catch. Working on Jaquan McMillan. That's Jordan Watkins, who had a big joint practice. Finally tackled there by Talanoa Hufanga, but not after a huge chunk play for the Niners. It was an underthrown ball, it looked like, by Jones. McMillan was covering it. It looked like a slot fade. Not terrible coverage by McMillan, but really aggressive physical catch right there by Jordan Watkins. Damn, man, not a good rep by McMillan there. Handoff up the gut, lowering his shoulder. I believe that's, not sure who the back is there for San Francisco. Jordan Jackson wraps him up. Gain of about 5. It's Patrick Taylor, the former Packers running back in there. They gave him 4 in the last play, 2nd down and 6.
So they like to bend but not break. So here they're looking to hold the San Francisco 49ers to a field goal.
12 and a half minutes left to play in the first quarter. The 49ers are at the Denver 12. Split backfield here for Mac Jones. Denver's in the base defensively. Fires outside throw for a gain of 2 yards. Sternod on the coverage. Patrick Taylor on the reception. Yeah, that was a tough rep by Jaquan for sure. 3rd down and 3. Sternod checks out for this play. Singleton and Dre Greenlaw both out for this game as they nurse injuries, so it's Bailey and Sternod starting at linebacker. On 3rd down, inside handoff and stopped just shy of the line to gain there is Patrick Taylor. In on the tackle once again is Jordan Jackson, and that's going to bring up a 4th down decision early here for Kyle Shanahan. Malcolm Roach also in there on that tackle, and we might have a guy shaken up. We got a play stoppage. Something's up. We don't see an injured player, so. Oh, it's a measurement. Okay. Even though they know that it's short, they're just trying to go through the logistics of this new measurement system here. It's the Amazon Hawkeye system where they've got lasers measuring it. So they're just kind of going through the motions here, seeing how it's going to work in the regular season. This is something they're implementing this year. And it's definitely short. You can see it by the spot on the field. It's short by 1 foot. Hawkeye, the weakest Avenger. All right. So it's going to be 4th down. I'm assuming Kyle Shanahan's going to go for this. He sure is. He's got the offense out. Let's see if Denver can get an early 4th down stop. Are we just going to sneak it with Mac Jones? Yep, they sure are. And Jones has got the 1st down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, San Francisco. The only problem that I have with this new virtual measurement thing is that the officials still have to manually spot the ball. So if the initial spot by the officials is bad, then it doesn't matter if you have laser measuring it or if you have chains measuring it. It's still going to be a bad spot. 1st down and goal. 5 down linemen for Denver. Everybody crashing out to play the run. Taylor cutting outside. He's got the angle on Riley Moss. Touchdown, San Francisco. So not a great rep by Jaquan McMillan. That got San Francisco downfield, and they were just able to run it in. Tough rep by the run defense right there. So I imagine we're going to see that this starting defense out there for one more drive. Yep, just turn the corner right there on Riley Moss. He didn't have the angle for it. And that was too easy right there from Taylor. I will take you guys back to 1 year ago, though. First game of the preseason, our run defense looked exactly like this. Yeah, the extra point by Jake Moody is good. All right, so some tough DB play right there from the Broncos. 7-0 San Francisco. Let's go ahead and update our banner here. And this is the time where you got to iron out these kinks, man. J-Mac making a case for Jade to start over him, for sure. I've said it before, we'll keep saying this. Moss is overrated. I disagree. I strongly disagree with that, at least in coverage. That wasn't a good rep in run defense. I'm not going to sit here and say that it was. But last season at the back half of the year, Riley was injured. You could tell that he wasn't himself. And he's going to get targeted a ton because he plays on the other side of the best corner in football. So he's always going to have that spotlight on him. He's always going to be a guy who gets scrutinized just because he sees a lot of targets. But I think he's a more than competent quarterback too, and I think he's started to become underrated by this fan base, just in my opinion. He's never been fast. I think he's faster than he gets credit for. He's more than athletic enough. It's just last year he was dealing with that MCL sprain that completely zapped his explosiveness. Moss is all right. I think that he's underrated by this fan base. That's just kind of my opinion on it. We looked pretty bad. 2 rough reps. I'm not going to sit here and say that was a terrible, terrible series, but there were 2 reps right there that were kind of rough for sure. And it's all about just getting the jitters out. And some of these guys are playing together for the first time in the case of Talanoa Hufanga being out there. So it's going to take a little bit of time to gel. I'm still comfortable in this defense overall, but again, not a good opening rep. I'm not going to sit here. Not a good opening drive. I'm not going to sit here and say that it was, but it wasn't a terrible opening drive either. Time for some RJ Harvey? Absolutely. I think that we're going to see both him and Dobbins to start off here. Probably more Dobbins. Maybe we need to pump the brakes on the hype of the defense. It's one drive in a preseason game, for God's sake, man. We don't need to overreact or underreact either way. I think we need to take this for what it is, a preseason game, a glorified practice, and the first preseason game at that. Calm down, everybody. Take a deep breath. It's okay. All right, Jake Moody is going to kick off. Fielding it for Denver is Courtney Jackson. I really like this guy. He can fly. Undrafted free agent. And Bo Nix takes the field. We do have a flag down on the run back. Yeah, and also, guys, you have to remember, this defense is not showing their hand whatsoever. It's vanilla coverages that you don't even really run in Madden, let alone in a regular season game. This is like basic, almost high school level football that they're playing out here right now. So our defense isn't trying to tip their hand with what they want to do in the regular season. It is vanilla as hell, man. All right. Let's go, Bo. Bo hitting those smelling salts. Had to bring him himself because of the league's new smelling salts rule. Teams can't supply him. Bo under center, condensed formation for Denver. R.J. Harvey gets the first carry on the outside zone run. And Harvey lowers his shoulder for a gain of 3. 10:23 and counting to play in the first quarter. This is the first offensive series for the Broncos.
Well, R.J. Harvey showed some power on this last play, getting through there. The young running back.
That sucks, Paul. That sucks. Yep, season's over. Pack it up. We're done. No, not at all. Second down and 7 from the 21-yard line. RPO. Bo puts it right on time. A little sit route to Troy Franklin, who has been the big story in training camp so far. Good pickup there for the first down. Going to see a lot of RPOs in the offense this year. It was hard to run RPOs last year when you couldn't execute the R portion of it, the run portion of it. It was 2 bad plays. The defense is going to be just fine. They just had 2 bad reps. That's it. In the first preseason game. Bo floats it upstairs. Oh, Cortland Sutton. Bo with a perfect throw, and Sutton dropped it. It was going to be a tough catch, man, but damn. That was a beautiful ball from Bo. Cortland tried to extend for it, just couldn't hold on. Oh, man. That's tough, man. Bo put it right where he wanted it, too. That was a dime. Second down and 10. Yep, Cortland doing push-ups on the sideline. He's got to make that catch. Second down. Harvey turns a corner, gets a block from Marvin Mims, and R.J. Harvey able to drag a body for a gain of 8. Really nice run right there from RJ. And again, Denver's leaning a lot more into the outside zone run game this year. And that was a really nice rep of it. Watch out for CJ West. I agree. He's a really good player for the 49ers. No, that was not on Bo at all. He made a really good throw there. Port's got to help him out. Third down and 3. This is where you want to live all game long. Third down and short. 3 receivers to the left side. Bo trying to work that hard count. Cortland Sutton one-on-one at the top of the screen. Bo in trouble. Able to avoid the sack. Tried to flip it to Dobbins, but couldn't get it there. Good job by Bo. Able to avoid the sack. He wants a flag on the play. Is there one on the field, though? I don't think there is. Yes, there is. There is Laundry. Hands to the face on the defense. That was a nice job by Bo being able to get out of the would-be sack right there. Tried to make a play and get it to Dobbins. The throw was a little bit off on just kind of a little pitch. But still, that was a great play by Bo being able to get out of that. That was awesome stuff. It was hands to the face on the defense, Maverick. Seriously, Gabe. It's one drive in one preseason game where it was just 2 bad reps. Play action. Bo rolls and checks it down to Dobbins. Able to lower his shoulder. Gain of 5. Broncos offense moving quite well on this opening drive. Had a pulling guard there on that play action. Going to see a lot more of that, I feel like, this year. Second down and 6. You're ahead of the chains. Absolutely. We'll take that all day long.
Second down and 6. At the Denver 46. Harvey in there replaces Dobbins.
All right. Denver at their own 46, second down and 6. Play clock ticking down. They just got it off. It's going to be a pitch here to Harvey. Harvey lowering the shoulder for a gain of 1. He'll turn the corner on one defender, but couldn't get past the other. Gain of 1. I will for all of the road games. The home games, I am in person covering at the stadium, but all of the road games, we're here doing the streams. So we'll be doing this for half the games next year, or this coming year. 3rd down and 5. From their own 47-yard line, Bo, clean pocket, steps up, gets it underneath to Sutton, and Sutton's going to be short of the line to gain. Tackled at about the 48-yard line, and let's see what Sean Payton wants to do. I'm assuming in a preseason game you're going to think about going for it. So Evan Ingram lined up in the slot on that play. It was a mesh concept. Sutton sat down in the void in the zone and was met immediately by Bethune, and they're going to punt it away. Jeremy Crawshaw. So we're going to see his first. Not a bad drive there offensively. Bo Nix looked solid. Crawshaw, first boot in the NFL. Reeled in at about the 16-yard line, and the return man towards the corner. Gets a block, and he is out of bounds at the 44. Yikes. Not a great special teams rep. Got to remember that a lot of these guys who are playing on special teams right now aren't going to be your main special teams guys in the regular season, so not concerned about that too much, but that wasn't a good rep. That was not a good rep right there. I would have thought about going for it. It's 4th down and 3 in a preseason game. Your offense was moving the ball well. I thought Bo looked solid on that drive. That last play right there, didn't see anybody else open downfield, so he made a good decision throwing it short of the line to gain right there. So overall, solid drive offensively, had a couple of rough reps defensively. That makes me think that we're going to see them for one more drive on each side of the ball. If they had had stronger drives, then probably would have pulled your starters at this point, but D says they're looking pretty rusty on both sides. That's natural. It's the first preseason game. So got to get these guys back into football conditioning and just back and ready into regular season mode. So, yeah, man, definitely tough first couple series out there, but it's not time to panic whatsoever, Broncos country. It's preseason. We can't overreact one way or the other. Even if they went out just now and had amazing drives on both sides, forced a 3-and-out on defense, and then had a big touchdown drive offensively, we wouldn't be able to overreact to that either. It's preseason. We cannot overreact one way or the other. I don't want to see this BS where Sean Payton makes both throw the ball a lot. I mean, they did try to get the running game going on that drive, and they had a couple of successful runs, so I'm not concerned about it. I'm really not. Not relevant, but curious what your thoughts on Shedor's reps last night. I thought he played really, really well. I thought that Shedor looked prepared. He looked composed. Didn't look like the moment was too big for him. He was making good decisions out there. So, yeah, I thought Shedor looked really good. The only bad reps on defense were that big play given up by Jaquan McMillan where the coverage wasn't even terrible. And then Riley Moss got his corner turned on a run play. So you can't really sit here and say that the defense is in big trouble after 2 bad reps. Let's see what they go ahead and do here on their second opportunity. Bo Nix 3 for 4 on that drive, 415 yards.
Loved it. 3 of 4, 75%. I'd shut it down right now. You got a great mix of run and pass. You got your starters, J.K. Dobbins.
They might give Bo one more drive, I feel like, just to try to give him an opportunity to get the ball in the end zone. They moved the ball well. All right. 1st down and 10. Mac Jones. Outside throw. Brandon Jones gives up a completion right there. DeMarcus Robinson, 1st down. Robinson just a little out route right there. Jones trailing him. Tackle out of bounds, 1st down.
We talked to Coach Payton
Moss was consistently good in run support last year, so not worried about him. And I believe on that play, he was covering a motion man, so he didn't have a good angle to begin with on it. So he was kind of at a disadvantage from the start. Oh, hello! Nick Bonito beats the tight end and dumps Mac Jones. First sack for 2025 for number 15. There we go. There's the big play on defense. Just a play-action concept. Probably not a fair matchup to ask a tight end to block Nick Bonito. That was one of Bonito's easier ones. Let's go. 2nd down and 16. We feeling better about the defense now, Broncos country? 2nd and 16. 4-man rush for Denver. Bonito's coming again. Bonito almost got him, and he's got him on the second effort. Nick Bonito got him, and I think JFM was in on that one too. So back-to-back plays where Nick Bonito blows up shop. He was almost unblocked on that second play. Nick Bonito is ready for a big regular season, man. 3rd down and 17. There's VJ calling in the signals. San Francisco at their own 48. Split backfield here for San Francisco. Bonito's coming again. Bonito almost got him a 3rd time. Mac Jones chasing around. Mac Jones finally able to throw it away. No receiver in the area, and that didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Is that going to be intentional grounding? That ball did not make it back to the line of scrimmage. Nick Bonito, 3 plays in a row, wrecking shop. Gabe says, pay the man. Dude, all right, I'm done with starters on defense. Much better series there. That was the Nick Bonito wreck shop series right there, man. Bonito. Mahomes throws a touchdown, his first throw, and the Broncos have to punt. Come on, man. It's freaking preseason. Courtney Jackson with the fair catch there on this punt. And now we've got our second opportunity here, I'm assuming, for this Broncos starting offense. That was nuts, man. That was absolutely nuts. Who's limping? Bonito? I didn't see him limping. Sit him down and hand him a pen. That certainly should be enough of Bonito tonight. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if maybe someone on Twitter is saying something about Nick Bonito. I hope he's okay. He completely wrecked shop on that entire series. 3 plays in a row. That was nuts. All right, I think we've seen enough now from the first team defense, bouncing back really well after that first drive. All right, I'm not seeing that it's anything too serious with Bonito so far, so that's good. Hopefully he just kind of tweaks something and he's okay. How many teams have lost their first preseason game and recovered to make the playoffs? Oh, man. Preseason football, ladies and gentlemen. We're all thankful that football's back, but oh, man. Some of the crappy takes that come out of preseason football from like the national media and stuff, just it's overreaction. That's all it is. Yep, I agree. Starters on defense are done. Maybe give the offense one more opportunity. I could see Sean Payton take him out too because they moved the ball well on that first drive. Bo Nix looked solid, so I could see them pulling starters here after this point, but maybe Sean wants to give them one more. Yep, that's what we do this time of year, man. It's August. It's overreaction month. Let Jordan Jackson wreak havoc? Absolutely. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, seriously, we're going to be just fine, guys. And that was a really, really promising series there from the defense. Again, Nick Bonito was a one-man wrecking crew on that one. And Harvey looks good as well. He's had some nice runs in this game, continuing his positive momentum from training camp. All right, here we go.
Sniped from his MVP season last year.
Let's see if the starters are going to get one more opportunity here.
Over 500 yards, but what an incredible rookie season for Bo Nix. Historic.
Yeah, I agree. That was not a great punt by Crawshaw. That placement punting has got to be more consistent. And Bo is out there for one more series, along with all the starters. Bo with a free rusher tried to get it out into the flat there to Harvey, but Bo had a guy in his face, and it forced an inaccurate throw. Probably the first somewhat negative play from Bo in this one. 2nd down and 10. That series lowered your blood pressure. Yep. When Nick Benio wrecks shop like that, you're definitely going to feel a lot better. 2nd down and 10. 4 minutes and 4 seconds in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the right side. It's a swing pass here to Harvey. Harvey tries to make a man miss and does so for a gain of 4. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Yep, they are applying pressure out there. They definitely are. Bo's handled it pretty well for the most part, I'd say. Big 3rd down drop back opportunity here. Sean's going to come out in a condensed formation. Strong side is the left side with Harvey with Dobbins to the left of Bo. Dobbins is into block. Free rusher on Nix. Looks like they messed up the protection there. Bo just had to throw that one away. Yeah, they're going to say intentional grounding. Bo had a nickel firing right in his face. And he was in the end zone, so that's going to be a safety. Damn. Yeah, that's one where Bo's got to grow, for sure. Dealing with free rushers like that, they screwed up the protection. I'm pretty sure they did. I don't know if there was a hot route integrated into that concept or not. It was a rollout, and you had a free rusher, so I don't think that that one was designed correctly. So it is now 9-0 San Francisco. Yeah, tough one, man. Really tough one right there. I want to say that they didn't have the protection correct on that play. I don't know who that's on, but I don't think it was designed to have a free rusher in your face like that, especially on a rollout concept. Something was off on that one, for sure. Something was off. I have no clue exactly what it was, but I think it was the protection. Robert Saleh is coming in hot, man. He is not afraid to bring the blitz at all. Yep, that was tough, man. That was definitely tough. And, yep, sure enough, Twitter is having a field day. So, do we see Bo Nix and company after this? Possibly not. I don't think that was on the offensive line. That might have just been not getting the protection correct. That was just an overall operational failure. So, to an extent, that's on Bo because he's got to set the protection. Or actually, that's on Wattenberg because Wattenberg's in charge of the protections predominantly. So, if there's a person to put that on, probably Luke Wattenberg. But we don't know for sure. We're not there. I'm just taking a guess as to what happened. But it looked like the protection was not right at all. After all the hype this week, this one's going just as Sean would want. Hey, man, sometimes you got to get kicked in the nuts sometimes. Keep Bo out. We'll see if he gets one more drive. I think it's going to be one more max if he does. Otherwise, pack it up and save it for next week against Arizona. You've got joint practices, and I'll say this as well. The joint practices are so much more valuable than these games are. These preseason games are almost nothing in comparison to the joint practices, and Bo played well in the joint practices. Yep, same Bo, happy feet bailing too early. That's a problem, and that is one that I definitely wanted to see fixed. So we'll see if he gets one more opportunity in this game. If not, then we'll see him next week against Arizona. All right. Yeah, seriously. You don't want to go out with a bad taste in your mouth after that safety. Had an overall solid first series offensively, and then your second series, not great.
It's the free kick after a safety. Junior Bergen
And I will say, man, Bo Nix did have problems that just with free rushers in his face, bailing too early, stuff like that. Got to find a way to handle that better.
Broncos kicking off after the safety. As Bo Nix did not get out of the tackle box.
All right, here's Lutz to kick off.
Broncos offense has run 10 plays.
I imagine defensively the starters are done.
Cuts to the middle and gets out to the 36. Time to meet the players. Sponsored by Ford. Check out the official trucks and SUVs. Your Denver Broncos with spotlight.
I think on that play the protection was off. Bo's got to handle that situation better, not panic and flush out every time he sees a free rusher in his face, but something about the protection there was not right.
Drafted the 5th round by the San Francisco 49ers, and it's just among the most difficult defenders to play against in the
I don't think that was on the offensive line per se. That was just, again, a collective failure by the whole offense. Nice run stuff right there. Malcolm Roach, second team defense appears to be in. Limited gain on that play.
But it fills a huge hole that you need at middle linebacker. The Broncos have not had this type of guy since we won the Super Bowl. So Dre Greenlaw is going to fill a very, very important void. And then
Talanoa Hufanga.
didn't get it yet.
All right. Oh, low throw right there, trying to set up a bubble screen to Watkins. That's incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Jonah Ellis has had a really, really good preseason, or really good training camp so far. 3rd down and 9. I agree. Malcolm Roach has been an underrated piece in my opinion. Barron is now out there with the second team. He's playing nickel. Chris Abrams-Drain and Jaquan McMillan are your two outside corners on this play. Mac Jones from the gun. Has some time. Fires. Come back. It's intercepted! Picked off by Jaquan McMillan. Hell yeah! Let's go. So Denver turns it over via the safety, and Jaquan McMillan takes it right back. Let's go. It was a comeback route. It didn't look like it was a very good route by the receiver. Jaquan basically ran the route for Jordan Watkins on that one. He's in bounds. That's a pick. Let's go, Jaquan. Beautiful play. Great break. Literally looked like he was running Watkins' route for him. I have no idea what Watkins was doing on that. That was an easy, opportunistic play right there by Jaquan. Let's go. Jaquan. And he was outside, too. That's not his natural position. He's more of a nickel. Yep, Bo's back out there. Starters are giving one more crack at it. Going to give it to Harvey. Tries to turn the corner. Breaks the tackle. RJ Harvey looks fantastic. Able to surge forward to 1st down for Denver. Dude, Harvey is looking phenomenal so far. Good patience there. Violent cut to the outside. That was a fantastic run. A very patient run right there. We've got another bot. Get the hell out of here. And a 1st down and 10 from the 38-yard line of the Niners. 2 tight end sets for Denver with Troutman and Ingram. Ingram lined up on a wing to the right. And it's going to be a bubble screen here to Marvin Mims. And Mims out of bounds, gain of 3 or 4. Minute 40 and counting here in the first quarter. 2nd down for the Broncos and 7. They gave him 3 on that last one. This is definitely going to be the last series no matter what happens for the offense. You obviously want to be able to put some points on the board here. First series was overall positive. Last one definitely wasn't. You want this third one to be good. Harvey, shake and bake. He is so good at making guys miss in the backfield, even though that was only a gain of 2. That looked like at first he was dead to rights, but excellent shake and bake in the backfield right there. And now Harvey's going to check out for third down. I'm assuming that it's going to be Dobbins here, the third down back. Assuming they go with the back at all. And it is indeed J.K. Dobbins in the backfield to the left of Bo Nix. 2 receivers on each side. Bo's trying to work his hard count. Points out the mic, making his checks. Nix fires. Good protection. Looking for Franklin, and it's a little bit underthrown. Good play by the corner Canteen on that one. Or actually Chase Lucas on the coverage right there. It's 4th down and 5. I imagine that we're going to kick a field goal here. Yeah, a little underthrown right there. Just a touch. Yeah, just a little bit underthrown. I imagine we're going to see Estimate a little bit earlier, or a little bit later on. 4th and 5, Sean's going for it. Nix, clean pocket, fires, caught, 1st down Denver. Right on the screws to Troy Franklin, who has got a much bigger route tree than last year. Yes, Denver had a pick. Jaquan McMillan picked it off. It was a comeback route, a really crappy route by the receiver, and it kind of looked like McMillan ran the route for the receiver. It was a great play. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. So we're going to see the starters into the second quarter here offensively. Trying to get some points on the board. Really nice 4th down throw to Troy Franklin. How do they have 9 points? A safety. They brought a blitz. The Broncos protection didn't pick it up well, and Bo Nix flushed out and threw the ball away in the end zone. No receiver was in the area. It was intentional grounding and a safety. It was kind of a screwed up play just from an offensive operational standpoint. It didn't look like they had the protection right when they snapped the ball. So I would say, depending on how this drive ends, the first drive offensively was positive. The second one sucked. And hopefully this third one is able to end positive. But a really nice 4th down throw by Bo Nix to Troy Franklin there. Stood tall in the pocket and delivered a strike over the middle. Love to see that stuff from Bo Nix. Really do. And additionally, RJ Harvey has looked freaking phenomenal so far. The Broncos' run game last year lacked that juice and burst and explosiveness, and Harvey is looking like he's going to provide that in spades. Dobbins looks like he's going to be a reliable 3rd down protection back, and they might lean on him on some early downs as well. But as of right now, I would say that RJ Harvey is going to be RB1 for this team. Yes, Troy Franklin looked phenomenal, continuing on his growth in this training camp. Really, really happy to see that from him. It'd be nice for Bo to roll out to the right and connect with Ingram for a touchdown. Definitely would love to see that. We have yet to see Evan Ingram make a catch in this game, and he was kind of quiet in the joint practices as well. So hopefully we can see him get involved here before the starters come out. Again, I imagine this is going to be the last drive for the starters. Hats off to Robert Saleh, though, man. He's got his backup defense flying around. They're making big plays out there. All right, we are back.
Ours is the NFL, the National Football League. I believe that's why you got there and play the game. You got there and play the game to be the best.
So this year, Denver's running a lot more of an outside zone scheme, so we're not going to see as many of those holes up the middle. It's more about just trying to get those lanes to turn a corner to the outside. 1st and 10 now for Denver from the San Francisco 24. Trying to turn the corner there is Harvey, and he does. Even when there's not much there from a blocking standpoint, Harvey's able to turn what would be a loss on the play to positive yardage. That's the second time he's made a guy miss in the backfield to do that. So 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2 there, but that was probably one of the prettier 2-yard gains that you'll ever see. I don't believe JK has a carry yet. No, it's been all Harvey. 2nd and 8. Now it's Harvey up the middle. He cuts to the outside, and he's caught from behind by the firing nickel. Number 35 for San Francisco makes the play there. Flowers. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. He's turned like negative Javonte plays into plus yardage. Yes, very much so. A lot of those runs would be negative plays if it were Javonte, unfortunately. Sucks that Javonte got injured, but he just didn't have that burst and explosiveness last year. 3rd down and 9. Here's Bo. Going one-on-one, looking end zone, nearly intercepted. Was just trying to test that little one-on-one matchup there. Cortland Sutton didn't really stack on the corner. Not a bad play right there from Bo. Saw press man coverage, decided to take his one-on-one matchup. The throw was there. Unfortunately, Cortland wasn't. It is high. That's just a better play by the DB. That was a good throw by Bo. It was exactly where it needed to be. It was a 50-50 ball, and the DB decided to go up and make a play on it, and they're going to settle for the field goal. Will Lutz is good. So Denver is on the board, 9-3. Good final drive there for the Broncos' first-team offense. Again, that was just a 50-50 ball. Bo put it up where it needed to be, but Sutton was unable to come down with that one. So let's go ahead and change our scoreboard, 9-3, and we are in the second quarter now. All right, so I imagine that is the last we're going to see of Bo Nix in the starting offense. Overall, I thought they did decent. I mean, that first drive, they moved the ball. Unfortunately, couldn't convert on 3rd down. It is what it is. The second drive screwed up the protection. Bo took that safety. That was rough, but they ran the ball well. That final drive there had an opportunity at a 50-50 ball in the end zone. Just didn't come down with it. Again, moved the ball. Run game looked good. Bo made decent decisions out there. Solid enough for your first preseason outing. I'd give the starting offense a B- on the day. Not terrible, not elite or anything like that, but anybody who's worried or concerned, I wouldn't be. This is about what I expected in the first preseason game. They're not going to go out and put fireworks on the board in the first preseason game. That's just not how it goes. This is preseason. He's not going to call a game the same way that he would in a regular season. It is super vanilla in terms of the scheme that we're seeing out there. These are not the plays that either team's going to run on either side of the ball in the regular season. C-. I give them a D or an F, a D- or an F. I give them a C. I thought they were fine. Again, they moved the ball. The run game looked good. Bo looked solid. Again, just couldn't come down with that 50-50 ball, and then the safety is less than ideal. You definitely don't want that, but overall, solid in my opinion. Happy to see good ball security and trust the run game. I wouldn't call the safety good ball security, but outside of that, I definitely would agree. And again, the run game looked good. I would not say Bo was horrifically bad. That's just not true. He made solid decisions out there. Had the one play where, again, that safety, you don't want him to retreat in the face of pressure like that, but was able to get the ball where it needed to go. Had a couple of high throws where he was just trying to make a play, like that pitch to Dobbins. Can't really fault him for that. Able to avoid some rushers in the backfield. I thought Bo was fine. Bo was more than solid. And the offensive line wasn't bad either. Like the free rusher, that's not on the offensive line. That was a collective screw up because you didn't call the right protection in the huddle. Yep, here comes the overreactions. you've got to evaluate this for what it is. It's a glorified practice where you're playing against vanilla looks, you're running vanilla plays offensively. This is not what the Broncos are going to look like come week 1. I can guarantee you that. Again, this is a glorified practice, and most of the work, most of the good work came on Thursday in the joint practices.
Next 6 of 11, 31 yards. And that was a touchback.
First down and 10. Second team defense is in. Dondre Tillman, I believe, was playing interior on that play. First down and 10. And Corey Kiner, the running back out of Cincinnati, got the carry there. I got to interview Corey Kiner at the Shrine Bowl. Really good kid.
Shoulder to the rib cage. Excellent hit there by the young safety PJ Locke.
Second down. Bradley is under center. Man in motion here to the right side. 4 down lineman for Denver. Another bot in the house. Get out of here. And a false start by the Niners. Going to back them up to second down and 10.
I don't want to jinx us, but for the first preseason game, it's been a pretty clean game so far.
Mason's going to have a lot of notes and questions going into next week. I think they answered some questions, but also created more questions in this one for sure.
See Kyle Shanahan's frustration right there. But an offense that's potent
It's overreaction season, Crumble. I wouldn't expect anything less.
There is Kyle Shanahan, of course, that last name synonymous with
Second down and 10. Trips to the right for San Francisco. 5 down lineman. PJ Locke on the rush there. And there's Jahdae Barron making his first catch after giving up about a 4-yard catch there. 12 minutes and 20 seconds and counting here in the first, or in the second quarter, I should say. And it is 3rd down and 4 for San Francisco. Solid tackle right there from Barron.
3 straight years of winning at home. Not a single loss for 3 straight years at home in Mile High. His son Kyle Shanahan.
Yes, really good to see PJ Locke out there. Had that neck surgery, spinal fusion in the offseason. That's a tough injury to come back from. Bradley, son of Gus Bradley, flushing out. And he tries to throw it last minute to Russell Gage. It's incomplete. Broncos defense forces another 3 and out. Are we going to hear from Mike Shanahan? Oh, my God. Kyle Shanahan looks like a baby in that video. All right, so offensively, I imagine it is now going to be Jarrett Stidham and the second team. San Francisco looks like they've already got like 3rd and 4th stringers in there. So we're going up against like the backups at this point. Thomas Morstead punts it away. Walking up to it is Courtney Jackson. He didn't signal a fair catch. He's still going. Courtney Jackson, who can fly! Courtney Jackson! Tackled down at the 46-yard line. I really like this cat as an undrafted free agent. He's got legit 4.3 speed. Dude, Courtney Jackson. If there's one undrafted free agent that might make this team as a return guy, it could be Courtney Jackson. He is a dynamic weapon for you in the return game, alongside Marvin Mims. Like, imagine if you had 2 all-pro caliber return men. Holy crap. So now Stiddy in this second team offense should have a pretty short field to work with. I can't remember if Courtney was at Shrine or not. He didn't like stand out at the event, but he stood out to me in kind of the late scouting process, like when I was really looking at these back end guys that could maybe make it as a UDFA. I can't remember what school off the top of my head, but he's a small school guy. That's kind of why he wasn't really discovered. He's a wide receiver, Ray. He is a wide receiver. I'm trying to remember, where did he come out of? Arkansas State, that's right. Who's playing interior O-line? I will look in a second. I imagine it's going to be Forsythe at center, possibly Clay Webb at guard, and maybe Calvin Throckmorton. Yes, Sternad and Bailey getting a lot of reps. Haven't really noticed any egregious bad reps from Bailey. I'm going to go back and look at the tape after this game once the All-22 comes out, and we'll be doing some film studies on this game for sure. But haven't noticed like anything overly negative from the linebackers, which I would say is a very good thing. Yep, we got points on the board. That was an overall positive series, the last one out offensively. So I will definitely take it. When we go and drop 30 on the Titans week one, a lot of people will eat crow from this. It's a preseason game, man. You can't overreact one way or the other. But that's just what people are going to do. I feel like I preach the same message every single preseason stream that we do, especially the first one. Yep, Stiddy time. Stiddy's looked good in training camp, man. So interior O-line, we got Forsythe at center, Gargiulo at right guard, and Throckmorton at left guard. And Stiddy tries to dump it off to Lucas Kroll, throws a little bit behind, and Kroll unable to make the catch. I would say Kroll is very much on the roster bubble right now. Cam Ward's not looking too compelling. Again, it's preseason. You can't overreact one way or the other. 2nd and 10.
Remember last year at this point, preseason opener was Stidham, who was the
Yeah, Throckmorton's had his ups and he's had his downs for sure. That's kind of the nature of a backup player. Jaleel is now in. First carry from McLaughlin, tried to turn the corner. Doesn't quite have that same burst and explosiveness turning the corner that Harvey does. That's very apparent. I do think Jaleel's going to make this team just as a pure scat back. Sean Payton likes him in sort of the Darren Sproles role, but his role is going to be somewhat limited. That now brings up 3rd down and 8. 3 guys in a bunch formation at the top of the screen. 1-on-1 at the bottom. Bidet is in the backfield. Stidham has some time, comes underneath on a crossing route. He's got Pat Bryant, and Bryant turns upfield, has the first down, pick up a 15 on the play. Yes, Kim, very much so. It's preseason. A lot of these calls are going to be more vanilla. You're not going to show a lot of what you're going to do in the regular season. They're basically running like high school and college concepts out there right now. Basic, day one, simple stuff on both sides of the ball. Handoff, Bidet, nice cut up the gut. Lowering his shoulder, gain of 7. Tyler Bidet has got something to his game, man. Oh, is he hurt? Get up. All right, there we go. He's up. Bidet stayed down for a moment. I was worried he was hurt. Nope, just was waiting for somebody to help him up. Pick up a 7 yards on that last run. I agree, Ricky. Stiddy is a very solid backup, and this is his 3rd year in the system, so he looks a lot more comfortable and confident out there than in previous years. Handoff, Bidet able to turn the corner, and Bidet lowering his shoulder and has the first down. The highlight offensively for this game has definitely been the run game. I could have told you that in training camp, Nick. Bidet is definitely past estimate for sure. First and 10. 9 minutes in the second quarter. Your 2 tackles are Matt Parrott and Alex Palczewski. Tight end is Kroll. Stidham comes underneath to Bidet, who juggled the catch, held on to it after a gain of a couple. And we got a man down, it looks like, for San Francisco. It's Bethune, the linebacker. So we're going to have a stoppage in play.
Again, the running back position for the Broncos has been a problem. Last 1,000-yard rusher.
Yep, Bidet's still kicking around.
2019. Broncos got 30.
He's a tweener that'll get hurt again. Obviously, you hope not. I mean, just because he's gotten hurt in the past, that's not an indication that he's going to get hurt again. You hope that he doesn't, because he is intriguing. He can play. He's got some burst and explosiveness that I feel like last year this Broncos run game was sorely lacking. So I feel like Bidet just hasn't gotten the opportunities for one reason or another, be it injuries or just being buried behind guys on the depth chart. I just think that if he gets the opportunity, he might be able to make something happen out of it. You know, you don't know that for sure, but he's got something there. He definitely does. I want to see Caleb Lohner. I think we're going to see quite a bit of him in the second half. I think we're going to see a lot of Caleb Lohner, probably the back half of the third quarter and then into the fourth quarter. Yep, good drive by Stidham so far. Again, he's got command. He's in control of this offense. He's able to function well at the line of scrimmage, keeps the offensive operation going. So in the event that Bo Nix rolls his ankle or something like that, I do trust Stidham to go out there and keep this offense afloat for a game or two. Like, if Stidham had to start 2 games for the Broncos next year, I think that he could lead them to a 1-1 record in those games and at least make the offense look functional and competent. I need to custom design PJ Lock PJs. That's hilarious. I think they'd sell too. So, yeah, man, overall, first preseason game, nothing too big to overreact about. I feel like Bo Nix made some positive plays like we needed him to, but that safety I feel like is going to live in his head rent-free for a little while. I think that he wants to, in an ideal world, set his feet. And if there was a hot read on that play, I don't know if there was. I'll have to go look at the film. But if there was one, then he's got to hit it. That's as simple as that. But other than that, no negative plays, and he's been pretty solid.
Sunday Broncos tonight is your home for the best game day highlights, player interviews, analysis, and insight. From inside the huddle,
All right.
inside the locker room, watch Broncos tonight.
Second down and 7. Run the draw here. Up the gut. It's McLaughlin. McLaughlin spins off a tackle. Jaleel still going. Out of bounds at the 1, but there is a flag, and it's in the backfield. That reeks of holding. Multiple flags down. Let's see.
For Jaleel McLaughlin, though, he gave that effort, got to that 1-yard line. Even though it's coming
Great
back,
run by Jaleel, but it's not going to count.
That's on the rookie receiver, Pat Bryant.
Pat Bryant, guilty party there on the hold.
Started as an offensive lineman, had 2 penalties, and you don't want those, but Jaleel McLaughlin.
Offense looks rusty. I'm not worried because we look good in practice, so I'm confident they'll bounce back for sure. For sure, man. And again, like I said, the joint practices on Thursday were a lot more valuable than this game is. Who would you rather keep if you had to lose 3 backs? Jaleel, Bidet, Estimate, or Watson? I feel like if we had to lose 3 of these guys and only keep 2 of them, I think if we had to keep 2 of these guys, it would probably be Jaleel and Bidet. Get out of here, Mile High Nugget. Seriously, fuck off.
They were trying to set up the screen to the left.
I'm cool with people talking crap, but if you're just going to be a dick, then I'm going to ban you. It's that simple. We have one rule here, and it's very simple. Don't be a dick. That's it. That is the only rule that we have. 3rd and 15 now. 7.5 to play in the second quarter. From the San Francisco 32, Stidham looking for a throwing lane, doesn't have it. Directing traffic, he's going to run. Stidham inbound still. Jarrett Stidham still going. He's got the first down. What a run by Jarrett Stidham, tiptoeing the sideline, able to keep himself in bounds and turns upfield for the first down. Stidham looks a little gassed after that one. I don't know if he pulled something maybe. What a run by Jarrett Stidham. I didn't know he had that athleticism in him. 18 yards for Stidham, man. That's probably a career-long run right there, regular season and preseason. All right, from the 14, first red zone trip for Denver. Up the gut. Bidet to the 8-yard line. And, sorry, second red zone trip. I believe they got in the red zone last drive. I think they did. What did you miss? Bad opening drive by the defense. Jaquan McMillan gave up a big play, and then Riley Moss gave up a running touchdown. First offensive drive was solid. They moved the ball, couldn't convert on a third down, had to punt it away, but still looked solid. Then the second offensive drive, they were able to move the ball again, had a 50-50 ball. The second offensive drive, they had a safety. Jaleel tackled in the backfield. Second offensive drive, they had a safety. It was a bad protection. Bo flushed out. It just wasn't a great play. Threw it away in the end zone for the safety. Then the second defensive drive overall looked solid. Nick Benito completely wrecked shop on that one, forced a 3-and-out. And then finally on the third offensive drive, we were able to move the ball, got into field goal range, and we were able to kick a field goal. So that's pretty much it. Third down and 7. Trips to the left. Tyler Bidet in the backfield. Lucas Kroll on a wing to the right. Stiddy climbing the pocket, in trouble, and he's dumped. Was that CJ West? No, it was Davis for San Francisco. He had Vele open on that one. Yeah, gotta be able to see your guys downfield, man. Let's see. Yeah, I couldn't tell in that angle if he had a guy or not, but not a great sack right there. As Sean Payton says, sacks more often than not are a quarterback stat. 32-yard try now for Will Lutz is right down the pipe. And the Broncos able to cut their deficit by 3. 6-9 Broncos, 4:35 in the second quarter. So overall, good job moving the ball right there by Stiddy and the second team. Don't want to see those sacks, though. All right, so unable to cash in the red zone, but still able to get 3 points out of it.
Super Bowl 33 championship team. Reese was nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
As long as there's no injuries, I'll sleep easy tonight. The outcome shouldn't matter in terms of a win or loss. I completely agree. Man, a lot of bots tonight. All right, I'm going to look really stupid. I'm about to refocus the camera, and it's going to look really dumb. Let's see. Come on. Focus on me, please. Stupid cheap-ass webcam. Yes, that is a very nice score, Andy. I agree. Lutz MVP tonight. Hey, man, Lutz is having a good bounce-back day after the rough joint practices. 4:29 in the second quarter. And we're going to hear from Cynthia Freeland, who is doing the sideline reporting.
6 players had at least 5 sacks last season, which was the most different.
6 players for Denver had at least 5 sacks last year. That's crazy. Q Robinson is now in on the edge. Really excited about him. Broncos' 4th-round pick out of Alabama. Was a special teams ace at Bama, but showed some legit flashes as a pass rusher.
Sacks than anybody.
Yeah, exactly. This is a free practice session for Lutz, basically. 1st and 10. Carter Bradley, the quarterback for San Francisco, squeezes it into a tight window. Jahdae Barron immediately cracks Jordan Watkins in the back after a gain of 4. So there's Barron making another tackle, immediately meeting his receiver and limiting him to no yardage after the catch.
That's quite a statement right there. There's some of the pressure numbers you see,
We got 65 people in the house. Thank you guys so much. If you could just do me a big favor, smash the like as well as subscribe, that would be awesome. 2nd down and 7 now from their own 34. San Francisco on the move. Toss here to Corey Kiner, the rookie undrafted guy out of Cincinnati. Jonah Ellis makes the tackle Gain of 2, third down and 5.
Chase is what they call it. He was on the backside of the play.
Yeah, that was a very scary situation, the Lions-Falcons game, the Lions player going down like that. It's tough, man. It really is. Sounds like the player's going to be okay, though, thankfully. That's always the good news.
Banged up in that playoff game.
A lot of people do.
Jonah Ellis named to the all-rookie team last year. Denver's showing a double A-gap blitz here. Two linebackers mugged up on either side of the center. Fires intercepted! Corinne Reed! Oh, man! That was too easy right there. Carter Bradley just threw that right to Corinne Reed. So the two linebackers were mugged up on either side of the center, and then they dropped out. I don't think Bradley was expecting that at all, and he literally threw that right to Corinne Reed, the rookie undrafted free agent. So that's the second interception for this Denver backup defense. Jaquan McMillan had one, and that's the easiest one of Reed's life. I mean, Bradley was trying to throw a spot concept right there. He did not see the sinking linebacker, and he threw it right to him. That is a really bad pick right there by Carter Bradley. That is a classic preseason interception. Horrible, horrible throw.
Quick change.
First and 10, I formation for Denver. Handoff here is to Bidet. And Tyler Bidet with a shake and bake, gain of 6. Man, this run game is looking fantastic, bro. It really is. So Corinne Reed, undrafted free agent out of Utah, 6'1", 226. He's made some plays in training camp, man. Might not be a spot for him on the active roster, but pushing for a practice squad spot all day long. From Kansas, that's J.B. Brown, Rowan. Second down and 3. From the 28-yard line of San Francisco, Bidet turning the corner, and Tyler Bidet has the first down. It's preseason, and they're going against a backup defense, but Denver's running backs have done a really good job turning the corner on San Francisco defenders tonight. And I imagine that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. It sure will. So we will be having a short intermission at halftime. In fact, let me make sure that I've got my halftime banner here ready to go. Denver 6, San Francisco 9. All right, make sure I got that ready to go. We will be taking a short intermission at halftime. And then we will be back for the start of the third quarter. Oh, stupid freaking TV. There we go. Oh, God damn it. Hate technology. There we go. Yep, deep breaths. Absolutely. Can we get this run game in the regular season? God, even if we get like half as good of a run game as this, I'll take it. Because that is way better than what we had to deal with last year. The run game was non-existent for the entire season last year. Even if we only get a run game that's half as productive as this, I will take it. We get criticized for complaining about preseason, but here we are saying we got depth at linebacker. I mean, they are showing flashes. You got to do with it what it is. It's preseason film. It's vanilla defense going against vanilla offensive schemes. So it's not so much overreaction, but it is, seeing these guys making positive plays. And I think that you can say that the linebacker depth is better than what it was a year ago. Saying that it's elite, I don't know if I'd go that far, but you can at least take away some positive stuff like that from these preseason games and from training camp. And tentatively, so far, it's good. There's an asterisk next to it, and we've still got to see it in the regular season. But as of right now, with the information that we have, it's good. But, again, things could completely flip on a dime between now and the regular season. Bidet's taking that spot from Estime. I mean, if we're being honest, they're completely different runners. Tyler Bidet, he's a little bit more of a shake and bake type runner, and Estime is a pure between the tackles, lower his shoulder for yardage type runner. And unfortunately, like we were talking about earlier with Estime, unless he shows improvement in pass protection, he's probably not long for this roster or many other NFL rosters. You've got to be able to pass protect, especially if you're a bigger running back like him. You don't have the excuse of having deficiencies in your size or anything like that. Like, you can't really expect RJ Harvey to be an elite run blocker or elite pass blocker because he's just too small. Estime doesn't have that excuse. He's got the frame. He's got the ability to pick up those blitzing linebackers, and unfortunately, he hasn't really shown to be a willing or able blocker to this point. And those are the two phases. You got to be both willing and able. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. First down and 10. Denver's on the move. They are at the San Francisco 23. Swing pass. Jaleel. Forced out of bounds by Bethune. Gain of 5. We do stream all of the road games, Ricky, but home games, I have the opportunity to go and cover them in person, so I'm definitely going to take advantage of that opportunity. I just can't not physically be there if there's NFL football in the city that I'm in. Like, it just doesn't make me feel right. I haven't missed a Broncos home game since COVID, and before that I hadn't missed one since 2018, and I literally just cannot stand it. It makes me feel gross whenever I'm not there, so yeah, man, I just won't miss home games. I just can't do it. Meanwhile, we have a little swing pass there for a limited gain from Stidham. It's fun watching backups play. You can get some goofy moments and also some epic moments for sure. These guys are fighting for a job, man, and they're going to give you some big explosive plays sometimes, but you'll still see those miscues, you know, bad snaps, stuff like that, that just makes you want to scream sometimes. So I'm not exactly a season ticket holder. I go to all the games, but I buy the tickets individually. The wait list for the season tickets is like 4 years or something crazy like that. Third down and 5 now for Denver from the San Francisco 18. Stiddy fires out route, complete first down, move the chains. Pat Bryant, let's go. Bryant has played really well in training camp, and he's having a really solid NFL debut so far. Yeah, this almost is like JV NFL football. And it's fun, man. It's why I enjoy leagues like the UFL. The quarterback plays subpar, but all the other guys, they can play, man. The UFL is made up of guys who just missed the cut. First and goal. In fact, a lot of these guys are going to be playing in the UFL. Drag route. Devon Vele lowers his shoulder, and Vele is down at the 2.5-yard line. Good to see you, Jeff, all the way from Florida. Hope you are doing well. Opening the season against the Titans and Colts will be huge for our offense. I agree. I definitely agree. It's gonna really help out. I mean, that Titans defense, they've got some good pieces, but I still think they're young and inexperienced, and I think that our offense will take advantage of that. Yep, Dondre Tillman came from the UFL, and now he's balling out on Sundays. Yep, I agree. I think Daniel Jones is going to be the starting quarterback for the Colts. It's all about going with the guy who has the higher floor. Richardson has the higher ceiling, but Jones has the higher floor. It's Drew Lock and Teddy Bridgewater all over again. False start. Second and goal from the 3, and we got a false start.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And Cheffers does not say who it was. Yeah, Richardson ain't it. I agree. Looked like Palcho, the guilty party there on the false start. Minute 35. Second down and goal.
Said there are no mistakes on this field. That's on us as coaches. If you make one, just play fast, carry light luggage.
You are correct. They made the
from the 8-yard line. Condensed formation. Stidham motions out McLaughlin. Stidham, good protection, floats it wide open in the end zone, touchdown. Lucas Kroll, nobody was covering him. Nobody was within 10 yards of Lucas Kroll. He was all by himself in the end zone. A complete busted coverage right there, and Denver takes the lead.
Excellent job by Jarrett Stidham finding Lucas.
Literally, there was nobody with Kroll in the end zone right there. He was all by himself. A complete breakdown in coverage. I have no idea what San Francisco was doing. Kroll's just looking around like, where's the coverage? Where is he? Off-season MVP, Cecil would be proud. He's never going to be able to live that one down, man. That one's going to live with Cecil forever. Let's go. Let's update our scoreboard. Let's go. 13-9, Denver. So first touchdown for Denver comes from the second-team offense. Jarrett Stidham to Lucas Kroll on a complete, broken, busted coverage. Minute 30 left to play. So, see if San Francisco wants to go down and try to get some points here. Like the local media, nobody covers Kroll. I gotta be honest, Kroll kind of needed that. He's had a really rough camp. I don't think that Lucas Kroll is long for this team, if I'm just being completely honest, but good for him, man. He needed that. Jeff says, I love football season. Go Broncos. It's so good to be back, man. It's so good to be back. All right, kickoff fielded by 35 of San Francisco. Ooh, big hit. J.L. Skinner lays the wood on Turner right there. Absolutely lays the lumber. Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of agree as of right now. There aren't many avenues left for Lucas Kroll to make this team. He was a good soldier last year, but probably not much longer for Denver. All right, San Francisco 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Send a guy on a little orbit motion and hand it off to Corey Kiner. And Kiner, lowering his shoulder, gain of 2. Tackle made by Jordan Jackson. 49ers hurrying it up. They've got 2 timeouts. 2nd down and 8. I think Lucas Kroll might have 1 regular season touchdown. Don't quote me on that, though. I think he's got 1. And we got a stoppage in play. I don't know who called the timeout right there. I'm assuming San Francisco. Oh, nope. Sean called it. Sean's trying to get the ball back. One more opportunity here before halftime. So after this 2nd down play, I imagine Sean's going to pop another timeout. Number 88, tight end in motion for San Francisco. And a little tunnel screen here to 84. And that's sniffed out in the backfield. Blown up for a loss. Q Robinson. Excellent heady play right there. Q Robinson has been having a really good camp. He was heralded coming out of Alabama as one of the best special teams players that Nick Saban had ever coached. But I thought he showed some flashes on defense during his limited stint on defense in Alabama. And right now, he is showing some really, really solid potential. Yep, no injuries from the starters. Knock on wood. Hopefully no injuries for the rest of the game. So definitely would call that a win on the day for sure. Okay, Kroll does have 1. Okay. Yes, Quinn Miners cut the dreads. I'm so disappointed. Hopefully he didn't lose all of his aura now. That was a bad snap. It looked like Bradley wasn't expecting it, and they threw it, and then the camera didn't zoom in on it, but apparently it was nearly intercepted by Chris Abrams-Drain. The camera was not ready for that play at all. Oh, yep. Cad completely smothered Jordan Watkins on that one, and Nearly broke on it for a pick. That was a great play by him. Chris Abrams-Drain, man, might have an opportunity here. Be the backup boundary corner for this team, and if the Broncos have any injuries, he's going to be the guy that steps in. Morstead to punt it away. Sean Payton's longtime punter in New Orleans. Courtney Jackson fields it, and Jackson is brought down. Oh, no. Tyler Bidet, get up. Get up. Get up. Okay, he's up. It looked like Bidet was down in a fetal position, but he's up. We got 59 seconds. One timeout. Really well managed clockwise there by Denver. Sean Payton taking those 2 timeouts. Jets are looking good so far. We'll see if it sustains itself, man. I still think Justin Fields is one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league. Like, he struggled with high school level passing concepts last year. I don't care what he brings in the run game. He still can't throw a basic 5-yard out route. You're not going to be able to make it as a starting quarterback. Stidham comes underneath to Bidet. He's inbounds. The clock's going to continue to run. 50 seconds and counting. Denver hurrying things up here. Stiddy trying to get everybody lined up. 42 seconds and counting. 2nd and 4. From the 45-yard line, your own 45, stepping up. Stiddy firing. Wide open on the sideline is Trent Sherfield, who has had a really strong training camp. Sherfield, the ex-49er. Sherfield makes some nice catches over the middle. This one was to the outside on an out route. Forced out of bounds there by number 40, but gets it to the 35, and Denver's in business here to maybe kick another field goal at minimum.
That the Broncos were able to get him on this roster. And already in this game, 10 different receivers for the Broncos for the reception.
33 seconds. Denver still has their timeout in their back pocket. They are at the San Francisco 36. It's a condensed formation. They walk up Kroll. He's on a wing to the right. He stays into block. City looking end zone. Sherfield! What a catch! Did he get 2 down? I believe he did. Touchdown, Denver! Jarrett Stidham with 2 first-half touchdown passes. First one to Lucas Kroll. This one a dime to the corner of the end zone to Trent Sherfield. Right to the pylon, actually. A perfect throw. Drops it right in the bucket. Sherfield 1. Ooh. We might have to take a look. Did he get that second foot? Got to make sure he's got all his feet down. Ooh, that's close. I think he got it in. 1. Ooh, that is so close. I don't know if there's enough to overturn that.
Good protection there, too. And it's all
I swear to God, if the media starts with any of this crap, I swear to God, man. If anybody says that, oh, bro, I'm going to go nuclear on them. I really am. Yep, they're reviewing it. I think they're going to overturn it. I don't think that he had that second foot. Jarrett Stidham, QB1, man. That was the only, elite throw that Stiddy's made so far. That was a good throw. Bo made the same throw. It just wasn't caught by Cortland Sutton. Literally, same exact throw. Bo made it perfect on target. Sutton didn't catch it. Same exact throw.
Talked to one of his coaches at Minnesota. They said he is willing to do everything.
I know certain media members who would say that. Cough James Marilat. Cough DMAC. Our local hot take artists. I swear to God, bro, if they start that crap, I cannot. Yeah, Stiddy is letting it rip, man. Ooh, I think it's right on the paint. Let's see. I think he's got it. I don't know if there's any conclusive evidence there to overturn that. Yep. Not enough evidence to overturn that. That's a touchdown. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
26 seconds left.
Second team offense is looking good, man. Stiddy's slinging the pill.
Here's Lutz on for another extra point. And that is now 20.
And the kick is good. 26 seconds left to play. Let me update our banner here.
You guys were wondering if it was a touchdown or not. I knew it was for sure because I saw DJ Jones, the defensive lineman, reenacted about 12 times on the sideline.
There we go.
For sure, 2 feet in. I can see it.
So a couple of really nice series there for the backup offense. Both of them off of turnovers. First interception by Jaquan McMillan. Second one by Corinne Reed.
Best Broncos defense ever to be placed on the field in the program's history.
That's quite a statement. You go back to those orange.
How many teams has Sherfield been on? I know for sure Arizona, San Francisco, and Minnesota. I don't know if there was any between those,
Middle linebacker has been
but I know for sure those teams.
the last 5-6 years. They got one of the best in the NFL. They got him on a good deal.
Other guys are former.
All right, 26 seconds. Again, we're going to be taking a little halftime intermission here.
Miss 2017. Here's the kick return.
2 first-half interceptions, 2 first-half touchdown passes by Jarrett Stidham.
Good special teams coverage there by the Denver
Mir
Broncos.
Abdullah brought that one out. 21 seconds. Would not surprise me at all if San Francisco takes a knee and takes it into the locker room here. Yeah, Trent has been an underrated pickup. I didn't give him enough credit coming in. Like, I thought he was just going to be a special teams guy, but he's making plays on offense. And speaking of, looks like San Francisco is going to run a couple plays on offense here. Have the tight end in the backfield. Carter Bradley. Jonah Ellis coming for him. And Ellis, oh, that ball's out! That's a fumble, and it's out of bounds. Oh, man, that was almost an opportunity for a scoop and score right there. Jonah Ellis caught Bradley, who was trying to get rid of it. And the ball just came out funny. What a play. Great effort, man. That was a high motor play by Jonah Ellis. Let's see here. San Francisco just going to take a knee and call it here. I'm assuming they will. Yep. They're calling intentional grounding on that.
That foul also involves a 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock to 3 seconds.
Yeah, here comes the knee.
On my correction, San Fan will use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff.
So they're calling intentional.
What does the XP with the crown mean? I think that's just something YouTube does, like trying to incentivize people to interact more in the chat. I don't think it's really anything too important. 13 seconds. That should be a 10-second runoff to 10 seconds. Or to 3 seconds, I should say. That clock's not right, but it's not going to matter. Yeah, they're just going to run a draw here. Corey Kiner chopped down, and that is going to take us to halftime, Broncos country. All right, guys, we are going to take our little halftime intermission. Gage is going to go take a bong rip, as we do. All right, guys, we will see you after halftime. I guess we're running one more play. I guess they stopped the clock. All right, now we're at halftime. There we go. All right, we are back, Broncos country. So, overall, solid first half of football there for the Denver Broncos. Offensively, for the starters, they did have 2 drives that I would say were overall positive, and then 1 drive that just flat out sucked. The first drive, the Broncos moved the ball quite well. The run game looked really, really good, pretty much in all 3 of those drives. But they did stall out towards midfield. They ended up having to punt it away. Then their second drive, Bo Nix takes that safety after he throws it away in the end zone. The Broncos had a free rusher on that play. Like I said, it looked like they just messed up the protection. I don't know who exactly that was on. It kind of looked like the initial protection call wasn't correct. So overall, just a collective failure there by the whole team, I would say. Then finally on the third drive, moved the ball again, got into field goal range, and the offense was able to end things on a positive note. Defensively, had a bit of a rough opening drive. Jaquan McMillan gave up a big reception, and then Riley Moss gave up a rushing touchdown. After that, they really settled in. The second defensive drive, Nick Benito completely wrecked shop, pressure on 3 straight plays, had a sack on one of them. He was absolutely incredible. Then finally, Denver got to generate a couple of turnovers. Jaquan McMillan had an interception. Corrine Reed had an interception as well, where it looked like Carter Bradley threw it right to him, basically. And then Denver able to capitalize on a couple of drives offensively with Jarrett Stidham. And the second team threw 1 touchdown to a wide open Lucas Kroll on a busted coverage in the back of the end zone. And then threw another one to Trent Sherfield on an absolutely beautiful ball towards the end of the half. So good stuff from the second team offense in particular. Defensively, after starting off things a little bit rough, they were able to rebound, and they've played really well since then. Now we are heading into the third quarter. San Francisco already has a bunch of third and fourth stringers in. Denver's down to their second stringers. Probably we're going to see the third stringers here pretty soon for Denver as well. So, yeah, man, we are rocking and rolling halfway through our first preseason game. Before we get started back up, guys, if you could just do me a big favor, smash the like button on this stream, as well as subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. And if you want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. You can do so by clicking the link in the description below. It is not mandatory, but if you want to go above and beyond, help support me, help support the channel in general, that is one way that you can do so. It would be absolutely awesome. All right, guys, looks like we are about to get underway here for the start of the third quarter. Denver is going to receive. Jake Moody, the 49ers kicker, is set to kick it off. And here we go. Second half action is underway from Santa Clara. It starts off with a knee in the end zone by Tyler Bidet, I believe. Yep, Tyler Bidet. And that's going to bring the ball out to the 35-yard line. BK, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's absolutely awesome. Stidham, man. 10 for 11, 104 yards and 2 tuggers in that first half. He was fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and get our banner back up here. Quarter 3. Let's go. All right, so Jarrett Stidham, probably for at least half of this third quarter here. And then we'll see Sam Ehlinger. So now we've got Audric Estime in the game. Looks like we've got the third string offensive line in, it appears. But Estime, his first carry is up the gut for 4 yards. Yep, that happened at halftime. Got some lavender this evening. That's the strain name. Second down and 6. Here we go, Audric. Fake the toss to him. Stiddy's rolling right. Stiddy throws, and he completes it on a crossing route to Trent Sherfield. And Sherfield is out of bounds after another first down for the Broncos. Sherfield had that big catch there for a touchdown in the first half. And just a rollout drag route there from Sherfield. Nothing fancy whatsoever. Sherfield tiptoeing out of bounds. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
Stidham signing a
This second-team offense has been moving the ball really, really well. I am quite impressed. 13 first downs for Denver in this game to just 4 for San Francisco.
Stidham did not have to throw a single pass last season, not one.
Stiddy, little quick throw out to Bandy, and he's blown up right away. Number 49, Robinson on the play. And there's a flag down. And we got another bot. And it's going to be an illegal formation, it appears.
Illegal formation. Offense. An eligible receiver was covered. Penalties declined.
Yep, those are the little kinks that you got to work out in the preseason, just lining up correctly and making sure that you don't have too many guys lined up on the line of scrimmage. That's an illegal formation. It's all these procedural penalties that you want to get knocked out this time of year. You don't want those to appear in the regular season. So second down and 12 now for Denver's offense. They're backed up at the 46 of San Francisco. Fires and completes it to Sherfield. A flag flew in the secondary. Sherfield, and he's holding his groin. Hopefully he didn't pull something there. OPI, damn, they're going to say Sherfield pushed off. So back-to-back offensive penalties there for Denver. That's not what you want to see. Stiddy's also going up against fourth stringers for the record. And Nix didn't look terrible either. If Cortland Sutton makes that catch on the sideline, we're talking about a much different day for Bo Nix. And if he comes up with that 50-50 ball in the end zone, which literally was just a 50-50 ball, we're having much different conversations about Bo's day right now. Stiddy out of bounds, and once again he tiptoed the sideline, turned it into a positive play right there. Been impressed so far with Stiddy's athleticism.
Like that, you're looking to see who's giving effort. There on the last play, Audrey Esme open in the flat. He didn't get hit with the football. He doesn't stop. He turns around, springs a block that ends up being.
Yeah, Bo was fine. Bo was just fine.
3rd and 13 upcoming. And just back now.
Third down and 13. And again, he was going up against actual exotic looks and was basically going up against full-speed tackling there in that joint practice. That's a lot more valuable than these preseason games. And Bo looked good in that practice. Stiddy, he lost the ball. The ball's out. It's recovered. No, it's not recovered. Still loose. Still loose. Who's got it? Who's got it? Who's got it? Stiddy lost the ball. He was scrambling, and it looks like Denver was able to recover.
That's an unnecessary shot. You're really on the field.
Looks like Bryant was able to recover it for the Broncos.
The ball was out before he got down, and that's, to your point, Steve, you want to slide there. And that's sometimes when you get a defensive player coming in to hit you, you slide, they hit you, you get 15 extra yards. Heck of a job, though. I think it was Pat Bryant that got on the football. So they're just a little.
Yeah, and as I always say, guys, it's never a good thing to overreact in the preseason either way. Bo Nix was fine. He wasn't good. He wasn't bad. He was fine.
102 career yards rushing, by the way.
Don't tell him that.
Over 6 yards.
Yep, Stiddy QB1, baby. Push all the propaganda. Oh, not a good punt right there from Jeremy Crawshaw. Fair caught by Abdullah at the 21. I would have expected the Broncos to score 38 points within the first 5 minutes of the game. Season's already over. Better luck next year, guys. Pack it up. We're done. Gotta say, Jeremy Crawshaw has been a little bit disappointing tonight. That was not a good punt. He's really struggled with that placement punting. We know he's got a big leg, but that placement punting, he's got to get better. Yes, he sure was. Raiders and Lions, and I believe Vikings as well. I bet they are. Social media is the worst when it comes to football fan bases. They say some of the craziest shit. They really do. Yep, first game jitters, 100%. I'm going to be looking at that joint practice next week, which I will be at, by the way. And obviously the second preseason game, I imagine that Bo and the starters are going to get some work in that one. So, yeah, I'm anticipating a much smoother performance getting some of those early jitters out. And even in these preseason games, it's kind of about testing the limits and seeing what you can and can't get away with sometimes. That was very much the example of that 50-50 ball to Cortland Sutton, where Bo saw press man coverage with Sutton. He liked the one-on-one matchup, and he took it. This is why I deleted Twitter, because social media is raw rage bait. Yeah, I completely agree. The only reason I'm still on Twitter is because I have to be for my job. Like, doing this and not being on Twitter is almost impossible. But yeah, man, it's kind of ridiculous just how knee-jerky these fans are. And I'd argue it's even worse on platforms like Instagram and Facebook. Facebook's easily the worst. Oh, God, it's ridiculous. Are you concerned if Bo has a year 2 slump? Well, it depends on how bad the slump is. If he's regressed to the point where it's clear he's no longer a starting caliber quarterback, then yeah, I've got concerns. And at that point, you've got to replace him. But if he just has some games where he kind of looks a little bit mid at times, I'm not really worried about that. I think he's in a good system to succeed. We know he's got the physical talent. We know that he's a gifted quarterback. We know what he's capable of. We've seen it. And he's got the structure around him to be successful, so I'm really not worried about it at all. But if it does happen, then, yeah, we've got to have some tough conversations for sure.
I like the PJs, though. Pajamas and private jets.
So that was Corey Kiner there on the first run. Yeah, it definitely looks like Uwazurike's put on some weight. Looks like he's a little bit bigger than he was a couple of years ago. And that's good. The Broncos need a big double gap clogging defensive lineman.
As the Niners are pinned back.
Exactly, Kim. Exactly. And I agree with Robert as well. Bo has the composure to correct his mistakes. And he's self-aware as to what he needs to work on. He's not like in denial about what he does and doesn't need to work on. Carter Bradley roll out and throw complete to Jake Tonjes. Not great coverage. Now we're kind of rolling into like the third string secondary here for Denver. Ooh, let's see. Can you haul it in? Sean going to challenge it?
He's getting the flag out, Steve. 3 for 3. Yep.
Yes, I couldn't agree more with this, Crumble. The fact that Bo rarely takes sacks is a huge reason as to why I think he'll be better this year. That's huge for his development. Abso-freaking-lutely. Bo doesn't take bad plays and turn them into disaster plays. Certain other quarterbacks that Denver has had previously, Russell, turns bad plays into disaster plays. Bo doesn't do that. Ooh, that's close. Let's see. Sean challenged it. Yep, tip of that ball hit the ground. That might be an incomplete pass. That might be a good challenge by Sean. 9:50 in the third quarter. We're going to TV timeout while they review that. Yes, absolutely. Throwing the ball away is a good play. 150%. I wonder how many sacks Russell Wilson will take with that Giants offensive line. Probably a ton, depending on how long they leave him in there for. Because remember, guys, this Broncos offensive line was still really good when Russell was here, but he made them look a lot worse than they actually are, because he took like, I think it was like 40 self-induced sacks last year or in 2023, like something stupid like that. Ray says 7 million or 700,000. Oh, God. I hope Russell Wilson plays week 7 against us. I do too. Low-key, I'm kind of hoping that's his last start. I kind of want it to be the Broncos that put the nail in Russ's coffin. Yeah, that'd be just poetic, honestly. Sean's the type of coach to challenge in the third quarter of a preseason game. Absolutely. I mean, even if you just want to go through the mechanics of how your challenges work, man, it's preseason for the officials too, so might as well test them when you have the opportunity. Yeah, dude, that would be so poetic. It really would. The Broncos being the team that finally does it for Russ as a starter. Oh, my God. No, Justin Simmons has not signed with a team yet. I'm going to be brutally honest. Simmons was not playable last year. Like, he was almost benched, and the only reason he probably wasn't benched is because Atlanta didn't have anybody else to put in there. There's a reason why Justin hasn't been signed at this point, and I think it might be time for Justin to hang him up and come back to Denver, sign that one-day contract, and go into the Ring of Fame in 5 years. He's relatively healthy, so he can go out with his health intact. I think it might be that time for Justin Simmons, to be brutally honest. Well, let's see. Looks like Sean lost the challenge. Looks like that was first down. They didn't show the down and distance markers, but that looked like 1st and 10. So I'm assuming Sean lost the challenge there. Yep. Denver lost the timeout. Sean lost the challenge. So running play there, pickup of 8 yards. I believe that was Corey Kiner. 2nd down and 2. Denver's got 5 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Handoff to Kiner. Kiner surging forward, and he's got the first down. Gain of about 4 yards there. Jordan Turner, number 55 for Denver, makes the stop.
Dad Ed, brilliant wide receiver in Broncos history. McCaffrey not playing tonight. Isaac Orendo is likely his backup.
1st down and 10.
James spent a 5th-round draft pick on him. So
I formation for San Francisco. Number 83 in motion. Damari Mathis follows. Mathis has played really well in camp. And that's batted down. Incomplete. Looked like Jordan Miller, number 90, deflected that. Or it might have been Savion Jones, number 95. Let's go, Savion. There's the first big play from Jones that we've been looking for. Yep, it was Savion Jones. Great job getting your paw up right there. And that's on the offensive line for letting that happen. Any offensive line coach will tell you that batted balls are on the offensive line. So great play right there by Savion Jones. 2nd down and 10. Carter Bradley is under center. The ball is at the San Francisco 43. Bradley cans it, tapping his helmet. Can. And delay a game. Play clock hit zeros. So that's going to be 5-yard penalty for the 49ers.
Then you had a situation where Carter Bradley wasn't sure to go back to the original play or keep it.
Yep, just some offensive operational issues there for the 49ers. To be expected in the third quarter of your first preseason game. 2nd and 15 now. Backed up to their own 38-yard line. Bradley with a 7-step drop. Bradley fires. And, oh, is that intercepted? Chris Abrams drained on the sideline. Is he in bounds? There's a flag at the line of scrimmage. We'll check that. Was KAD in bounds? Oh. Damn it. Well, it's not going to matter because Yomo Wazurike had hands to the face. Bummer. How's the O-line look in this game in terms of first and second team? Second team O-lines look pretty decent. First team O-line I didn't think looked too bad either. Some people are saying that they didn't look very good, but there was a protection issue that they had on the play where Bo got chased and he threw it away for a safety. I don't know if that was on the offensive line per se. I think that was a collective failure on the whole offense for not everybody being on the same page for what the protection was. So, yeah, that's kind of the issue there. Yes, JFM played. And flags before the play. False start. Cool. San Francisco is imploding on this drive. Back-to-back penalties.
Again, it's been a long trip. The Broncos have been here in the Bay Area since Wednesday.
There was a lot more behind that story. You can read into it yourself. I'm not going to talk about it here on this stream, but there was some other conduct by Wilkins that led to his release. We'll just leave it at that. 1st and 15 now for the 49ers, backed up. And a handoff here. Was that Corey Kiner? Yeah, he is really, really solid, Gabe. I think he's shown plenty of flashes both last year and in camp this year. Yes, and just think, we haven't even seen this defense yet with Dre Greenlaw on the field. He's going to be the glue that holds everything together on that side of the ball. How's joint practice more valuable? I'll say it after this play. Quick throw, out route, complete, first down. That time it was Isaiah Hodgins working on Chris Abrams' drain, first down San Francisco. The reason why joint practices are more valuable is because you can actually show your looks in a joint practice. In this game, because you don't want to put anything on tape for other teams to see, all of your calls are going to be vanilla, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. They're in no way, shape, or form going to resemble what you're actually going to call in the regular season. In joint practices, you can show all of your looks because you're going to be going up against a team you're not going to play in the regular season, so you're not worried about them stealing any of your stuff or seeing something tendency-wise on tape because you're not playing against them. So that's why joint practices are more valuable. Typically, players go a lot harder in joint practices than they do in these preseason games. And again, you're running your actual plays. So I feel like Bo Nix looking good in a joint practice is a lot more valuable than Bo Nix maybe having an up and down day to day in this actual game.
Which is really interesting, especially since they talk about that interior linebacker.
I hope that was a good explanation.
That they really tried to address.
3rd down and 2, running play on the last one. Yes. Yes, Crumble, absolutely. You get a lot more situational reps as well. You can simulate certain things that might not necessarily come up in this preseason game. 3rd down and 2 now. Handoff to number 38. That's Amir Abdullah. And Abdullah got just enough for the first down. Did the ball come out? Did the ball come out? They think that Denver thinks that the ball came out. And they're ruling it a fumble. Savion Jones came up with it. Let's see who punched it out. Amir Abdullah was the ball carrier. Denver says this is a turnover, and they ruled it a turnover on the field. That'd be the 3rd turnover for this Denver defense tonight. Yep, that ball's out. J.L. Skinner put a big hit on Amir Abdullah, and he coughed it up. That ball is out. And a clear recovery. And there's a player down as well. Uh-oh. So good news there on the play. Not good news, there's a player down. I don't know who it is. So 2nd and 3rd team, man, they are dominating so far. They're playing about as well as they played in practice. It kind of feels like, at least defensively for San Francisco in the first part of the game, they got their asses kicked in the joint practices, so they kind of turned up the heat a little bit. What a play by J.L. Skinner, man. Is there somebody down, though, on the field? I heard the announcers say that. I'm not seeing anything on Twitter. Hopefully there's no injury. Let's go, Savion. J.L. Skinner with the forced fumble. Savion Jones with the recovery. I had J.L. Skinner on my initial 53-man roster. I think that he could very well get there. Okay, it was Abdullah. Okay. Obviously, don't want to see anybody hurt, but hopefully he's okay. I'm just glad it wasn't a Bronco, though. Never want to see anybody go down in a meaningless preseason game on either side of the ball, so hopefully Amir's okay. Maybe our offense felt they could take some steam off due to them not playing their starters. It might have affected the first team. I don't know if it was that. It just kind of felt like a couple of the plays were just off offensively. The protection breakdown. I'm not going to get mad at Bo for throwing up a 50-50 ball on third down to Cortland Sutton. Typically, Court comes down with those, so I'm not going to fault Bo at all for that one. I just think that offensively, things were just kind of in favor of the 49ers. They came out a little bit more physical and aggressive, but I'm not worried about it. This offense has been really consistent in training camp, and I think that's going to continue next week against Arizona. And, again, they looked good in the joint practice.
Stole the show with his incredible talent. Got 2 strip sacks in camp.
Showing some flashbacks to Super Bowl 50, the biggest game that the Broncos have played in this stadium. It looks like a free play, maybe. Stidham loads it up, and it's caught. Pat Bryant on the sideline. Stidham was retreating and just floated it up. Let's see if that was a free play. There was a flag. Yep, sure is. San Francisco was offside. Stidham knew he had a free play. Okay, no, I guess they blew it dead. They're gonna just give us the 5 yards. I thought that was a free play. Okay, I don't know. Bryant got both feet down anyway, so all right, we'll take the 5 yards. First down and 5. Trips to the right. 1-on-1 at the bottom. Handoff goes to Blake Watson. Blake Watson bursts one. Net down by Mahoney at, I believe, the 38-yard line. What a run by Blake Watson.
He waits for his opportunities, and in every one he produces. A lot of guys get down.
At this point, I do think Watson has surpassed Audric Estime on the depth chart. He's been stacking some days out at training camp and looking to continue it here in this game. 5.5 left to play in the third quarter. First down and 10 for Denver from San Francisco 40. Underneath, check down here to Blake Watson. Watson breaks a tackle. Watson tiptoes the sideline. Looks like he met the line to gain for a first down. He did.
A little bit of trash talk at the end. I told you they worked on it in the joint practices there.
I would have loved to see Vaughn come back too, but we're so deep at his position that we just didn't have a roster spot for him. Denver's got 7 edge rushers that can all play, so we just didn't have a spot for Vaughn, unfortunately. I would have loved to have him back too. Really good to see, man. It is really good to see a positive run game. Even if it's only half this good in the regular season, that's still a significant upgrade from a year ago. Watson up the gut. He gets blasted after a gain of 3. Number 26 fired up right there for San Francisco. Jordan Lucas.
Think about this. Blake Watson had to wait 3.5 quarters before his first opportunity. What does he do? He gets positive yards on 3 straight plays.
Yeah, the running back cuts are going to be really difficult because I don't even think they've got enough spots on the practice squad for all these guys. Somebody's going to be gone. And as of right now, I would say it's probably Audric Estime. Uh-oh, somebody's walking off gingerly.
They want the Broncos to be able to play fast. You only get a couple of reps for some of these backs.
Is it – who is that? It's Throckmorton. Second down and 7. From the San Francisco 21.5, and this play shut down. False start, Denver. Yep, this is definitely the third quarter of a preseason game. Starting to get sloppy, pre-snap penalties. Yep, we got Caleb Loader in there. Like I said, probably the back half of the third quarter into the fourth quarter, it's going to be Caleb's time to shine. And since we're on the fringe of the red zone right now, this might be the area where we see him. As of right now, I have Throckmorton making the practice squad kind of like last year. He's a solid, reliable veteran who saw playing time last year. He knows the system. He's been in it his entire career, so I think he might make the practice squad. Swing pass to Blake Watson, who's cracked right away. 2 49ers were there. Martin was the first one. third-round draft pick out of Oklahoma State there. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12.
That's a tough tackle to make by Martin. Blake Watson just jumped out 2 other
Let's see if maybe this is a jump ball opportunity here. This could be the time we see Loner. Just chuck it up in the end zone and see if his 6'7" self can come down with it. Silent count for Denver. Stidham just dumps it underneath to Watson, breaks a tackle, has a block from Palczewski, and Blake Watson able to fight for that 1st down. He got it. Let's go, Blake. He is making plays out there. Oh, it's not going to count. Yeah, sometimes when the quarterback extends the play, offensive linemen, they're run blocking on that play. They don't know. Was this an RPO or what was it here? Oh, no, it wasn't even an RPO. It's just I have no clue why the lineman got down too early. It was kind of a delayed screen. Yeah, that's just tough, man. When you have the quarterback extend the play, the linebacker or the lineman will get downfield before the ball's thrown, and that's a penalty. Usually it happens on RPOs. So 3rd down and 17. They're just going to run the draw here. Estimate for a gain of 4. And Denver's going to kick the field goal. All right, so first drive here for the second team offense that they aren't able to get a touchdown. They are hopefully able to get points pending this Will Lutz field goal here. 2 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Lutz.
Another field goal attempt coming up. Will Lutz has already hit from 42 and 32. And there you see the fastest to 1,000 career points.
Wow, Will Lutz, man.
45 all the way.
45 yards. Will Lutz, money in the bank, right down the pipe. And that'll extend Denver's lead to 23-9. Good, long, extended drive right there. Able to take some time off the clock and come away with 3 more points, extending Denver's lead now to 14. So I'm now wondering after this if we're going to see Sam Ehlinger in the 3rd team or 4th team offense. Yeah, only 4 yards on a draw. Unfortunately, he's not exactly known for his elusiveness on draw plays. I didn't see it, Jeff, but I heard about it. Some people in the chat were talking about it. If I weren't streaming, I probably would have made a video about it on my other channel, Sparkin Sports Football. Seems like we had a lot of illegal man downfield calls last year. Need to work on those. Yeah, some of those were Bo Nix extending the play, and on RPOs especially, linemen are run blocking. They don't know what's happening back there. So it just happens. It's a product of a quarterback extending the play. I'd honestly say that play is more of a quarterback penalty than it is an offensive line penalty. So that's the area where I feel like we need to work on it the most. Estimate the dude that said he'd take the speed of a cheetah over the power of a gorilla. I mean, Audric Estimate, man, he is such a polarizing player here. I think he's got potential, but he just hasn't been able to translate that potential into production. Oh, yeah, Pat Bryant's a lock to make the team. He was a 3rd-round pick. He's definitely making the team. Plus, he's played well. Yes, definitely got to clean up the pre-snap penalties. Those are stupid. There's no excuse for those. None whatsoever. So, yeah, that above all else needs to be cleaned up. I would definitely agree. Minute 39 left in the 3rd quarter. I hate how we just took a long TV timeout, and once the quarter goes, we're going to take another TV timeout. One thing about football, I really wish there were less commercials. Steady, good numbers on the day. 14 for 15, 136 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Good numbers, man. And He made a couple really nice plays out there. Those numbers weren't just empty calories either.
Here's Corey Kiner running it straight ahead. And he'll get out to the 35-yard line. Ever since Stidham got in the game, it's been all Broncos.
He's getting rid of the football quickly. He's hitting different.
Yep, Stiddy's been decisive, and this is his third year in the offense, man. So you'd expect that from him. He's being able to master the playbook. He knows where his receivers are going to be. Really been impressed with Stiddy both in camp and this game. If Bo goes down for a game or two, I think Stiddy can come in and keep this offense afloat.
Just to show you how quickly things
Second and third team guys in there. Looks like Stiddy's night might be done. Probably going to see Sam Ehlinger and company after this. So fourth and fifth string offense after this.
Experience here with the 49ers. Nothing like landing from the plane and finding your jersey in the locker saying, all right.
Could you imagine the freak out last year? There probably would have been, but come on, it's definitely apparent the talent discrepancy between Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham. Bo Nix is 3 or 4 times more talented than Jarrett Stidham is. Quick throw, too high, looking for a slant. Nice coverage there by Quentin Newsome, Broncos' second-year man, UDFA last season out of Nebraska. Third down and 6. Clock stopped at 50 seconds in the third quarter. So one slight change to the post-game from a year ago, guys. We're going to go live for the post-game after Sean Payton's press conference. Previously, our post-game would be cut off after like 7 or 8 minutes because of the press conference. I want to make sure I get those out. So we're going to go ahead and just wait to go live for the post-game until after Sean talks. That way we can be on for 30 minutes or however long we want to go for. What do we got? Pass interference? I don't know about that one, man. It was on Neal. Or no, it was on Jaden Robinson. Yeah, I don't know about that one. That was a questionable call.
Excellent technique, getting that left arm underneath the armpit, then you can extend and knock that football.
That one was definitely questionable. First and 10, I formation. Number 9 goes in motion for San Francisco. Play action. Bradley stepping up, going for the deep ball. Overthrown. Good coverage downfield by Damari Mathis, but that ball was not in the vicinity of the receiver. Way overthrown. Isaiah Hodgins, the guy that Bradley was looking for there. Just hard play action, suck in the linebackers. Good job, man. Damari Mathis ran with him stride for stride.
Good quarterbacks, and Bradley clearly was one of the best. As he's now in the NFL, but you got to make those throws. You might get 1 or 2 chances at a play like that in a game.
Mims barely got any snaps. I didn't see him out there too much tonight. I don't think Franklin's passed him, but I do believe that Franklin might have passed Devon Bailey at this point. Jordan Watkins, he's had a solid evening. Had a really strong joint practice as well on an end around, and we got a flag? No flag. Clock's ticking. Looks like this is going to be the final play of the third quarter. Maybe they come up and run one more. The 49ers quarterback is Carter Bradley.
Final 10 seconds of this third quarter.
Bradley, the former Raider. Actually, the son of Gus Bradley, former NFL head coach and defensive coordinator. And that is the end of the third quarter. Going to commercial break. Denver leads San Francisco 23-9. Overall, it's been a little bit more quiet for the second team offense here in the first half, but Stiddy's still able to move the ball. He's made some good throws, put up good numbers on the day. So I imagine that Stiddy's night is done, and we're going to see Sam Ehlinger and company moving forward. Sam Ehlinger in training camp. He's either going to give you a big explosive play or he's going to give you a negative play. There's not much in between with Sam Ehlinger, so Here's hoping that he gives us the former this evening as opposed to the latter. Yeah, that's right. Mims did have one catch, and it just wasn't really there, the play. Is Mathis doing rap? I have no clue. That'd be kind of funny. I got to be honest, though. Mathis has played really well in training camp, and if he continues to play well in the preseason, I do think there's an opportunity maybe to trade him. I don't think that the Broncos have a spot for him on the 53, and I imagine he'd get claimed off waivers if he were waived to go on the practice squad. So, I don't know, man. Maybe you could flip him for a late-round draft pick. It's definitely possible. Denver's had some good luck flipping players who are on their way out of town for late-round draft capital. Randy Gregory, Baron Browning, Alberto Cuevana. Maybe they could do the same thing here with Damari Mathis. It's been a while since I've talked for this long. I haven't done a stream this long since the draft. I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit. All righty, fourth quarter of the first preseason game. Of course, you're always excited for football, but once you get into these like fourth quarters of a preseason game, man, you're itching for real football. Dude, RJ Harvey had a really great game today. I thought he was fantastic. Great runs to the outside, showed burst and explosiveness that this offense has been lacking for a long time. Really good, violent cut to the outside. I was really impressed with what we saw from Harvey tonight. All right, we're back. Let's go. Wrap up the final 15 minutes of this game. Third down and 7 for San Francisco from their own 48. Bradley throws, nobody home. No receiver in the area. That's going to bring up fourth down. Yep, preseason for me too, absolutely. It's preseason for all of us. All right, here's Thomas Morstead for, I believe, his third or fourth punt of the evening. Sean Payton's punter in New Orleans. Fair catch signaled for and made by Jackson at about the 18-yard line. All right. Gotta love how we just took a commercial break only to take another commercial break. That's just great. Improvement from last year, very good. I'm assuming you're talking like the production quality of these streams and whatnot. Very good. We are always striving to improve on that every single year. I wonder how Zach Wilson played. I hope he turns his career around. I don't know. Did the Dolphins have a game tonight? No, they play tomorrow. They play tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Some reports I've heard on Zach Wilson from people that I know that are at Dolphins camp, it's been kind of inconsistent. He's had his splash plays, but also had his negative plays as well. Kind of the same that we saw here in Denver. So, yeah, Zach Wilson is Zach Wilson at this point. Bo was fine. He didn't have like any amazing plays or anything like that. Had a couple of solid throws. Had one play that he wants back where he had a free rusher in his face. It looks like the Broncos screwed up the protection. I think they had the wrong protection call, and he ended up flushing out to his end zone, and he threw the ball away to nobody. Got an intentional grounding penalty in the end zone for a safety. That wasn't a great play in my opinion, but it wasn't just Bo. It was a collective offensive failure on that play, in my humble opinion. And then after that, he had a throw. It was a 50-50 ball that maybe could have been intercepted, but he was going for Cortland Sutton in the end zone and gave Sutton an opportunity to jump up and get it. The defender just made a better play. I think the media is going to freak out and say that Bo didn't have a good day, but if you actually pay attention and, quite frankly, know what you're looking at, Bo was fine. He wasn't amazing. He wasn't spectacular, but he was fine, and that's pretty much all you could ask for in the first preseason game. On to next week. So, yeah, man, there's no overreaction about Bo one way or the other. It is indeed Sam Ehlinger time. Ehlinger, former draft pick by the Indianapolis Colts out of Texas, his first year with the Broncos. Clearly entrenched right now as the third-string quarterback. Yes, Cam Ehlinger is in right now. He is taking his first snap. It's a handoff to Audric Estime, fighting forward, gain of 4.
You know what, guys? Sam Ehlinger was the most fun player to watch in the joint.
The hype train was getting out of control. I'd rather it calm down a little bit for sure, but I know some hot take artists, both locally and nationally, are going to completely swing the pendulum the other way, and it's up to people like me to fight back against that. We bring fair, level-headed analysis here on Broncos Syndicate. 2nd and 6 for Sam Ehlinger and company from their own 22-yard line. He's going to hand it off to Estime. Estime gets caught from behind, tripped down low right there. Number 26. Loss on the play, 3rd down and 6. Yes, exactly. Bo had a really great throw on 4th down. Perfect throw, stood in the pocket, delivered a strike to Franklin. Easily his best play of the day. 3rd down and 6 now from the 22-yard line. Good protection. Ehlinger steps up, not there. Tight coverage by 26 again. 39, Kyrese Rowan was the intended receiver. Definitely tight physical coverage, but no flag on the play. Yeah, that's solid coverage. DiNucci is not on a team as of right now, or at least I don't think so. Or maybe he's in New Orleans. I think he got signed by the Saints. I have no clue, but he's not back in the UFL. He said that he's done with that chapter of his football career. Here's Jeremy Crawshaw, his next punting opportunity. He's been pretty inconsistent, and this one is also not a very good one. It's going to take a good bounce, though. It keeps rolling, and it's finally down at the 27, so that was a lucky bounce and roll. And to boot, there's a holding penalty, so that's going to make it an even better field position punt right there. But that was not a very good kick. All right. So Jeremy Crawshaw, he's been a little disappointing this evening. I will say he's had some short punts, some poorly placed punts. He had a really good showing in camp in his first practice, but has struggled with consistency since then. So definitely looking to see improvement from Crawshaw over the course of the rest of this offseason. Currently, he's the only punter on the roster, and whenever you spend a draft pick on a punter, he better be good. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't scout punters, so I'm trusting Sean Payton and Darren Rizzi to know that this guy's good coming out. And so far, he's had some flashes, don't get me wrong. He's got a really big leg, but he's got to get better with consistency. And he does have the opportunity next week to punt at Mile High, so hopefully that helps as well. Kim says, I miss Riley Dixon. I'm there with you. I don't know why they got rid of Riley Dixon. I know he had some inconsistencies at times, but he was still really good at pinning teams back inside their 5. So I would have kept Riley if it were up to me. He's also one of the best holders in the game. But this is the direction that Darren Rizzi wanted to go in his first season as special teams coordinator. He lobbied heavily for this guy, so he better be good, man. He better be good. Yeah, it was a 50-yard punt, but it took a lucky bounce and roll. If it hadn't, it probably would have been in the 30s. Also, this proves, in my opinion, that it's good to play your starters in the preseason because you can work out some of those early jitters at this point as opposed to early in the regular season where some of those games might come back to bite you. The Cincinnati Bengals found out that you can't really afford to give a week 1 game because it could come back and haunt you later on. The reason why the Bengals didn't make the playoffs last year is because they lost week 1 to the Patriots, and they barely played starters in the preseason last year, and they paid the price for it. Denver doesn't want to suffer that same fate. And now another quarterback in. It's Tanner Mordecai. Felt like Mordecai was in college forever, man.
Run game is going to be featured prominently here in the fourth quarter. You're getting backup running backs, backup linebackers.
Yeah, that touchdown was a lot more on player execution than it was bad defensive calls. DJ's been in his bag tonight.
You have to be able to stop the run if you're a defender. You have to be able to run the ball here on offense. So that's just going to be
Second down and 8 for the 49ers from their own 19-yard line. Play action. Mordecai fires over the middle. Receiver slips. Robbie Chosen flags down. That's going to be on Denver. Denver a little grabby on the coverage there. Could Bo have run from the end zone on that one play in question? He probably had orders not to take a hit and to throw it away. Not an issue in reality except to review the protection. Yeah, that was your big issue there, was just the protection. Bo did what he could right there. He got rid of it. You don't want to take a big hit in the end zone. So I'm not worried about that. It's just something you got to clean up in the film room. Mordecai and the Rigby's. That's funny. I haven't seen that show in forever. Yep, DTY is still kicking around, man. Second down and 6.
He had one for every single player on the team. So I guess I'm going to have to ask him when I see him.
Safety, Jeff. That happened in the first quarter.
That's incredible. I'll tell you what. Cynthia's telling you
Play action. Mordecai lost the ball. Ball's out, and he's able to fall on it. Like, I don't know what happened there, dude. It looked like it just fell out of his hand. It looked like he was trying to throw it, and the ball just slipped out of his hand. That's wonky, man. That is really wonky. Yep. Preseason football right there. Seriously. That is like preseason football in a nutshell, dude. Fourth quarter preseason football at that. Here's Mordecai, QB draw. Tanner Mordecai's got some wheels to him. Get some of that lost yardage back. Joshua Pickett making the stop there, number 39. The second number 39 for Denver. There's a number 39 on offense and a number 39 on defense. What happened to Dorian Thompson-Robinson? Flamed out in Cleveland last year. Now he's the third-string quarterback in Philadelphia. I didn't really see the game. I don't know how well he played last night, but I know he did get some playing time. Mordecai off his back foot. Fourth down, but tackled short of the line to gain. Jaden Robinson. And the 49ers will turn it over on downs. Nice play by Robinson, rebounding after getting a pass interference call. Great play right there, man. Robinson needed that. Huge tackle. Robbie Chosen was running a drag route. And really nice job right there. Another turnover. This defense has really been on fire tonight. I would say defense, the depth is definitely playing really well, and that's what you want to see in a preseason game like this. Yeah, that was an excellent open field tackle. It really was. Great pursuit, all of it. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, man. We got 55 people in the house. Thank you guys for still rocking with me in this fourth quarter here. Really, really appreciate you. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Defense wins championship. Offense sells tickets. I've never heard the second part of that. I like that. Yep, so you got 3 traditional turnovers, then you got a turnover on downs to boot. Definitely will take that, even though it's just a preseason game. Good stuff. Offense will find its groove. They were able to last year with way less weapons, and that's the product of having a good play caller in Sean Payton. He's basically able to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and that's what the Broncos offense was last year in terms of personnel. The run game was non-existent. They had subpar wide receiver play, and they were still a competent offense. And they had a rookie quarterback. So if there's anybody that I can trust to work out all these kinks in the hose here with the offense, it's Sean Payton. I thought Barron was solid today. Had a couple of tackles after the catch. Nothing like amazing or anything to write home about, but solid debut from Barron. Didn't go out there and crap the bed, so you'll always take that. Not at all, Fortnite. I thought Bo played fine today. Had one throw or one play that he wants back, but outside of that, Bo played fine. Not concerned at all about Bo. 10:39 left to play in this game. It's going to be a delayed handoff to Blake Watson. Fighting forward, pushing the pile. And Watson turns that into a 5 or 6 yard gain.
Where are the happy grandparents? There you go. There's Ed and Lisa McCaffrey.
Turn that down a little bit. It's a little loud.
You get Christian
There we go.
McCaffrey and Olivia Colpo together. So that kid is
2nd and 6. Gain of 4 on that last play.
I'll tell you what, young Colette's already changed Christian McCaffrey. There's nothing like becoming a parent in the NFL. First of all, get one day off.
Crumble says Jade will be special. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but he's got a lot of potential. Read option. Ellinger's going to keep it. Gets a nice block from Caleb Lohner there. Ellinger out of bounds. Gain of about 8 yards. First down, Denver. Yeah, Bo played okay tonight. Didn't play great. Didn't play amazing. Didn't play horrible either. He played okay. He played fine.
Unique experience, and then finally, you're a part of the greatest group in the NFL locker rooms, and that's the lead dad.
Nothing to swing the pendulum either way, in my opinion. What's up, Clayton? Good to see you. Hope you are well. Hey, hey. 1st and 10, Sam Ellinger. Good protection, scanning his reads, going end zone. Incomplete. Tried to give Courtney Jackson a chance on that one. Couldn't quite come up with it. 2nd down and 10. That's Sam Ellinger for you. He's either going to try for a big play or it's going to end in disaster. There's not much in between. I don't think that Watson's going to get a spot over Jaleel just because Jaleel feels like a specific niche role for this team. He fills that Darren Sproles role. But Watson's definitely putting out some good tape out there, for sure. Fires, caught. Little spot route there. That is Courtney Jackson again, gain of about 3. Yes, practice squads are limited at 16 players. It can be any combination of veterans, rookies. There's no year limit on practice squads anymore, but there is a limit of 16 players that you can have. Harvey's more the Alvin Kamara role, dare I say it, than the Darren Sproles role. 1st and 10. Ellinger flushed out left, looking for a play downfield, throws it away. Closest receiver in the area was Jerwan Newton. And that's 4th down and 6. It looks like the offense is trotting back out there. Oh, is it 17, Richie? My bad. 17, not 16. Yes, and then they can have an international pathway player. Right now, the only international player Denver has is Jeremy Crawshaw, but he'll count as a guy on the 53-man roster come the season, but it allows them to have an extra guy right now on their 90-man. So technically their 90-man is a 91-man roster this year. Ellinger throws, caught, but on fourth down, Watson unable to surge forward. He's pissed. He is so mad. He was just a few inches short. And Denver will turn it over on downs. Watson is so mad at himself. They're probably going to measure it just to work through the logistics once again of a virtual measurement, but it's definitely short. He didn't get it.
I still think the chain gang is aesthetically pleasing too. Takes us back to older times.
When you take away the argument too, because every time it's close, there's coaches who lose that.
Yeah, it's not overreaction at all. I know you're being sarcastic there. Mordecai throws, and he completes that one. Tough diving grab. Yeah, Thomas Yasmin, he's with the Chargers. They signed him a couple of weeks ago. Fake it to Kiner there. Throw is behind there by Mordecai, but still nice catch. 7:57 and counting left in this game. And again, guys, we will be doing the post-game stream after Sean Payton's press conference. So once he gets off the podium, that's when we'll go ahead and go live for the post-game. Corey Kiner, he's gotten some heavy work this game. Again, got to interview Kiner down at the Shrine Bowl. Really good kid. Super humble. Just excited to have an opportunity to put some good film out there. 2nd and 4. Outside, nope, they fake it to Kiner this time. Mordecai in trouble, being chased by Garrett Nelson. Fires. Intercepted on the sideline. Did Joshua Pickett get 2 feet in bounds? Yes, he did. Another turnover. The 4th turnover of the night. Let's go. Joshua Pickett did get 2 feet in bounds. Sideline pick. Undercuts the receiver. Mordecai just flushes, tries to make something happen. Looked like he was trying to throw it away. Didn't see Pickett right there. What a pick. Great play by Pickett. Made sure he got 2 feet in bounds. And that is the 4th turnover forced by this Denver defense. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Love to see guys like Joshua Pickett making plays. 7:11 left to play. Broncos offense takes over at midfield with Sam Ellinger and company. Handoff. Estime cuts it out to the left side. Stumbles forward. Gain of 5. Appreciate it, Nick. Yep, Pickett picked it. Pickett.
When Joshua Pickett was in college, he'd spend his Saturdays playing college football games and his Sundays.
56 people still in the house. Thank you guys so much. I know that anybody still in the house right now is amongst the sickos in Broncos country, so definitely appreciate you guys' dedication. Handoff there to Estime. He's going nowhere. Met a body in the backfield almost immediately. Loss on the play. Yeah, the fact that Estime is playing right now is not a good look, and the fact that he's not playing well is not a good look. Yeah, technically the 5th turnover if you count the turnover on downs. So 4th true turnover, 5th one if you count the turnover on downs. 3rd and 9. Broncos at the San Francisco 49. Ellinger just checks it down to Estime, turns the corner, lowers his shoulder, 1st down and more. He needed that. Easily his most explosive play of the day. Gets it down to the 34-yard line. Good job making a couple of guys miss right there by Audric Estime. Again, he needed that. Turns the corner. Slips through a gang of tackles right there. Nice job. Pressure's coming. Ellinger's in trouble. Flushes out to his left. Ellinger directs traffic, fires. Little bit too much mustard on that one. Tried to flip it last second to Courtney Jackson. Kind of like Bo Nix's throw to J.K. Dobbins, just trying to make something happen. And the throw is a little bit too far. There's 5 minutes and 14 seconds left, and sounds like Denver had an ineligible man downfield, Clay Webb. Thank you so much, all things considered. Appreciate you, man. First down and 15. Oh, man. That should have been a penalty there, man. Looked like Graham had a late hit on Sam Ellinger. Ellinger fires, caught. Uh-oh, Courtney Jackson fumbled. Still loose. And Ellinger jumps on top of it. He sure did. Not a great play right there by Courtney Jackson. He's had a couple of nice returns in this game. Little slant right there. He was just focusing on trying to turn up field, and he coughed it up. Even if we win 39, Sean's going to be grumpy after this one. He might be. A little too much sloppy execution tonight on the back end of things. Sean's a guy who's striving for perfection at all times, so I'd be kind of upset if he wasn't a little bit ticked off after this one. Decent day at the office, but certainly not your cleanest. Oh, yuck. Ellinger got hit as he was releasing it. Ball came out funny. Lucky that wasn't intercepted by number 41. 4:20 left to play in the game. Very nice number right there. And it's third down and 14 for Denver. Yep, some pressure there. Clay Webb got beat pretty bad on that rep. I like Clay Webb, but that was not a good rep by him at all. Third down and 14. Trips left. Ellinger fires. Caught. First down. Nice second level throw. That's Joaquin Davis. Davis making his first catch of the evening. Undrafted free agent out of North Carolina Central. Davis has had some nice plays in training camp.
Just got to make sure you extend to get that first down. As a young player, not knowing the situation and awareness.
Yes, Crumble, I think the Cards will play, or the starters will play against the Cards.
On first down and 10.
I sure do. Probably a little bit longer than they played in this game, too. Blake Watson, handoff up the gut. Gain of 4.
What Sean Payton looks for in a pass catcher, and I say that specifically, a lot of these.
I don't ever think I've seen Sean wearing a short sleeve T-shirt on the sideline. He's always rocking like the hoodies and stuff.
But even bringing on Evan Ingram, it kind of shows that he follows a prototype for the types of guys that fit best in his offense. And a lot of that is what paid off last season, right? Having an idea and a vision for how the
Second and 7.
and then executing on that vision. So I would say the guys who have more of the prototype are the ones that are most likely to find themselves.
Trips left again. Handoff to Estime. Stumbling forward. Gain of about 4. Bummer. That sucks, Maverick. Hopefully you can catch our post-game show at least. We'll be at the stadium for that one. Third down and 2. Looks like man coverage here for the 49ers. Pickett goes in motion. Or, I'm sorry, Kyrie's Rowan goes in motion, the other 39. It's Estime. Estime has a first down. Decent burst right there. That sets up first down and goal. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left to play in the game.
You now have a starting quarterback. You've got a Super Bowl winning head coach. Ownership, which is bringing in facilities. I mean, it's all rolling.
I do remember that. That was a historic moment in Broncos history right there. That was when the turnaround began. Yeah, that sucks, Jeff. I'm kind of from that area as well. I I was born in Las Cruces and was raised in Silver City, so I'm very familiar with that part of the world. Touchdown, rollout, caught by Caden Prieskorn. Touchdown for the rookie out of Ole Miss, undrafted free agent, and another score for the Broncos. Denver's starting to run it up now. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Enough time for one more drive for San Francisco, but really solid outings by the second and third team offense. And first team offense, they were fine, but going against the fourth and fifth stringers really, really made things easy there for the second and third team offense for sure. Yeah, Albuquerque stations, they get the Broncos games. The El Paso ones don't, and a lot of southern New Mexico gets El Paso stations. I know they do in like Las Cruces and stuff. But where I lived in Silver City, thankfully we got Albuquerque stations over there. So we got most of the Broncos games, and then I moved up here in 2018.
Here's the touchdown pass. Trent Sherfield.
Jarrett Stidham, beautiful throw to Trent Sherfield in the first half. Play of the game for sure. Gorgeous ball, gorgeous catch. Trent Sherfield continues to make plays out there.
And they're on the same page. Clean pocket. Smiles abound for the Broncos on the sideline.
15 to play here in the fourth.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would say that Sherfield was the best receiver today. Followed closely by Troy Franklin. In his limited action, I thought Franklin looked really good as well. Yep, Denver did go 3-0 in the preseason and on their way to 1-0 in this year's preseason. Still preseason, but anytime you can put a dub on the board, you will happily take it. I thought the same thing, Jeff. I didn't give Sherfield enough credit coming in. He's made plays on offense, and I thought he was just going to be a special teams guy as well. Yep, Broncos hoping to bookend their season at Levi's Stadium. First game there and last game there being the Super Bowl. And we got a hold on San Francisco. Yep, 1-2 in the preseason in 23. The only win we got was the last one against the Rams. That game was a blowout. All right, 2:09 left to play. This is probably going to be your final play before the 2-minute warning. Tanner Mordecai takes the snap. Mordecai fires over the middle. Drops. Incomplete. Looking for Isaiah Hodgins. Oh, change the score. Thank you, Patriot. My bad. 30-9. There we go. That's better.
Those kind of guys making the team. That means your scouting department's working their tail off.
2nd and 10. Let's see if this is actually the final play before the 2-minute warning. 2:03 and counting. This will be the last play. Tackled by Jordan Watkins. Garrett Nelson there for Denver. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning comes with 1:58 left.
30-9. All Denver in this game. Pretty much from second quarter on, Denver is dominated. Oh, boy. Okay. Whew. Again, guys, just a reminder, we will not be streaming next week because next week is a home game. I will be covering that in person from the stadium. But we will be back for the final preseason game of the season in 2 weeks from today against the New Orleans Saints. And then our first regular season stream will be week 2 against the Indianapolis Colts. So really excited for that. We stream all of the road games here on Broncos Syndicate, and we bring in-person coverage from all of the home games. Weird feeling to have after our Broncos blowout win. Hey, man, it's preseason. That's generally how all these feel after a preseason game, man. Win, lose, or draw. They all kind of feel the same to me, to be honest. Yes. Always happy that football's back, man. It is so good to finally be back doing these streams, doing all the content that we've been doing. It is so much fun. Yeah, I was hoping we'd see a little bit more of Joaquin too. I think that final game against the Saints is going to be a big Joaquin Davis game. I doubt we'll see any starters in that game. Sean historically hasn't played his starters in the final preseason game, so I imagine that we will see a lot more of Joaquin Davis in that game. Man, it's been a while since I've done this. I've got a little bit of a sore throat. Ooh, man. Who had the big punt return? That was Courtney Jackson. My guy, the undrafted free agent out of Arkansas State. Really excited about him. He's got like legit 4.3 speed. He can fly. All right, so a very successful opening stream, I would say. We had no technical issues, thank God. I can't remember the last time we've been able to say that on a Broncos Syndicate stream, so that alone I will call a massive win on the day. Oh, God damn it. No, go back. I don't want to watch the stupid.
Joint practice, the defense is the 49ers and Brock Purdy.
All right, minute 58 left to play. San Francisco trying to get some garbage time points.
30 yards for reception. So these guys are feeling good about not only where they're
Yeah, I agree. I thought Locke was done too, man. Having a spinal fusion surgery. But it seems that surgery has been able to alleviate his pain, so good for him in that regard. I'm somewhat skeptical to see how it's going to go throughout the rest of the season, but it was good to see him out there tonight for sure.
Second team offense was terrific. Stidham was nearly perfect. Here's your first team offense.
First team offense was just fine. Do not listen to any media propaganda that's going to try to tell you that Bo Nix sucked tonight or anything stupid like that. It's bull crap. Which closet are you streaming from? My bedroom closet.
got their work in. Maybe it's not pretty, the most beautiful offense yet. They are on their way.
Yep. 2023 lost our preseason game here. Michael Bandy's going to return this punt. Going to have an opportunity here for a 2-minute drill for this Broncos offense if they want. We'll see if they just want to be sportsmanlike and maybe take a couple of knees and get out of here. We'll see. In my opinion, in the preseason, you want to maximize any opportunity at reps you can get. All these guys are fighting for jobs at this point in the game, so I'd be totally cool with them doing a 2-minute drill here. I think both teams would like to get some work in here.
A couple of underthrown balls in the end zone, but that's something that he can fix. That's just believing in his arm a little.
And I wouldn't even say the one to Sutton was underthrown. I thought that one was just a really good play by the defender.
Balls that he throws, he's got to remember that. He will have to
Yeah, they're just going to take a knee. We're done here, folks. Sam Ellinger in victory formation. All right, Broncos country. A successful opening stream here on Broncos Syndicate. Thank you to every single one of you who tuned into this one. Before we get out of here, guys, if you could just do me a big favor, smash the like button, as well as subscribe to the channel. That would be absolutely incredible. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country, just like you and me. And again, a little bit different this year for the post game. We're not going live immediately after this stream. We're going to stream the press conference from Sean Payton, possibly from Bo Nix as well. And then after that, we will go live for the post-game stream. Hope you guys can stay tuned for that. And until then, guys, we're going to run one more play here, take one more knee before we get out of here. We will stay in for that. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Really appreciate every single one of you. 50 people still in the house at the end of this stream. That is absolutely awesome. Final knee has been taken, and that's it, Broncos country. Your Denver Broncos emerge victorious 30-9 in their first preseason game over the San Francisco 49ers. We will see you guys later, Broncos country. Thank you so much. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.